like, we've signed this 14-year-old kid, we've paid for him. He was like a bloke standing there.
Was he big?
The size of him compared to me.
So I've just signed on the Friday for Stephen Presley.
Sacked on the Sunday.
Yeah, sacked on the Sunday. We found out that the shirts printed like we are going up and all sort of stuff.
Did they?
So all the beers like, and ready outside their change room, we were like,
give us them, lads.
I think the manager of the meeting, he was like breaking down like in the meeting, like talking to the boys like, what do you do? Like, do we carry on or do we just stop? And it was like, we've done all this work. You can't stop. Can't stop.
Right, Jordan, before we start the episode, I just want to give a big shout out to our new sponsors, Dibs.
Come on, the boys.
D-I-B-Z. So it's a five-a-side football betting app with a twist, but more on that later on in the episode.
Let's go.
Right, Jordan.
Right, pal.
Welcome back.
Are we? Nice morning.
Not really. Absolute head loss, but...
Hey, we move.
It's life, innit?
Yeah.
It's life. I were going to suggest a couple of pints on the way home if you fancy it.
Yeah, man. I need them.
There you go.
I went to Scarborough last night.
How'd you get on?
Got dick 2-0.
Oh my God, I can't remember the last time I've asked you and you've won.
I know, we're struggling at the minute. We had a good draw with Kings Lynn at the weekend.
Oh yeah, amazing.
It's not bad there.
Kings Lynn.
That's where we're at.
We had a good draw at Kings Lynn.
That's where we're at the minute.
That is.
And then I've turned up to Scarborough. The pitch is fucking patched in the back of my head.
Oh, and it's not that bare, is it?
Mate, it's the worst.
Did you start?
Yeah. Hit post after about 10 minutes and then just wasn't my game.
And
then to top it all off, I've gone in KFC after and they had no chicken. So,
what?
Yeah, it was
How
just
can KFC have no chicken?
Traffic on the way home. Didn't get home till 2 and here I am.
You do look tired.
Yeah, bad night. Really bad night.
Not as bad as my last couple of days. There you go.
We won't get into it.
We won't get into it. We don't need to.
Right, who have we got on today?
We've got...
I should really mention him actually because he's an old teammate of mine. You know, like when I was at Bolton.
That is right. I didn't know you were
I don't
Bolton.
think I actually played with him.
I don't think you
I
played
think he
with
was
you.
like...
Are you same age?
Yeah, I'm older than him. But yeah, I am. Yeah.
Fucking tough paper on that then, lad, isn't it?
No, we must have played.
Yeah, but you'll tell the story in a minute of you signing, and then after that, I was with like the under-15s or something, wasn't I?
God, yes.
Did you know that he was a wonder kid at 4-year-old?
4?
4-year-old.
How can you be a
Who
wonder kid at
comes out
4?
with that statement?
5.
You only just walk.
I've got a 4-year-old now.
Yeah, he's still
Trust me,
scratching his bum and sniffing his finger.
I'm going to... I'll get the clips up from when I was 5.
Bagging the goals in.
Yeah, it was a joke. That's
Honestly, he said, what was the statement you come out with? Was it that? He was like, I was unbelievable when I was younger, like unbelievable. I said, were you really? He said, yeah, I was like a wonder kid at 5.
You had to be though, 'cause you weren't very tall, were you?
No,
5.
I've tried telling him. I got
tiny.
released for being small.
Do you like kids are small? Like he was tiny.
Yeah.
Tiny.
Yeah. And obviously they
What were your
recruit.
nickname? Jimmy Grimble or something like that?
That was at uni.
Was that
I
uni?
I had one pube at uni, so it was like
What, throughout the whole 3 years?
I literally just didn't grow. It was like
I don't think that was a
doctors
puber.
were baffled. They were like, "Who's this 12-year-old?" He's like, "No, he's 17."
No, you were like really small, weren't you?
Yeah,
Like
it
to the
was
extreme of like
frightening,
it
yeah.
probably wasn't safe for you to play.
Yeah.
Like, even under 14 level because like the kids.
It was that small.
It was that small, yeah. I see why I can understand now why you got hold back. Like it makes sense, like because it's.
So when you say you was a wonder kid at 5, were you really 11? And you just played with the under
Might have
5s.
been, yeah. Can't give me a dodgy
This
passport.
kid's good.
But yeah, Chris Stokes, everyone. Stokes, he signed. I think first week I knew of him was like we bought this 14-year-old kid. I was like, fuck me, he must be a good one.
Bought him.
Yeah. So like, I was at Bristol City at the time. Moved
Yeah,
up.
because I was looking where he was born.
Yeah.
Froome or something like
Froome,
that.
yeah, Froome.
Like Cornwall.
Almost, yeah. No.
Where's
it's like
Somerset?
Somerset, yeah. Jensen
Somerset.
Button's from there. So the thing,
All right, my love.
the famous thing of, yeah.
Famous thing of what?
Well, no one really knows where Froome is, so
No.
Jensen Button made it famous.
Ah.
So he's from there. So
I called it Frome before.
Froome, yeah. No one really,
Yeah.
everyone you sort of meet, no one can pronounce it. Like, but yeah, it's Froome.
Froome.
But doesn't really sound like no
Yeah.
you is there.
I went too far.
How have you been bought at that age then?
So it was like one of them things. I think Bolton were obviously quite a good side back then, top 6 sort of Premier League, and they were going around like I think they had the thing of like, well, where can we branch out, get some players in? I think I was one of the first ones, and it went to like Aaron Moy, they got from Australia at 15, 16, whatever he was. Danny Ward went there, and there was loads of boys, say Michael Halloran from Scotland. There was boys getting recruited from all over the gaff. But say at 14, I think it come around, they were just branching out, seeing what we can get, and so they tapped, like say, I think they seen me at Bristol City just playing in the games down there, and it come about. And so, but say you're never going to turn down going from Bristol City with League One. You probably got more chance of making it through the first team if you stay around the system, but I was never going to turn down a Premier League team.
I was just going to ask, were Bolton in the Prem then?
Yeah, they were like top 6 Premier League team, so
nice.
Proper, like say it was proper, and until you got there, you see the facilities of Bolton, they were doing it way ahead of their times, I think, of like their sort of the setup and stuff like that. And you go in there, and I was sort of, compared to what I was used to at Bristol City, it sort of blow you away. They make, obviously, as they do when you're a young lad, they want to
roll out the red carpet, don't they?
Exactly. Stay at the ground and put you in a big fancy room and go to meet all the players, and you're like fucking 14-year-old. You're like, yeah, where do I sign?
Can you remember the players who you met?
Yeah,
some of the first team players.
Got like a Kocher, Djorkaeff, and I went in the room. It was like Allardyce, and you're thinking you got.
They was all knocking about, weren't they?
You're starstruck, like you just. Even like say Kevin Nolan was probably the best. He was unbelievable. He come through the system, so even you've got all the players from that. You got Kevin Nolan, who was. If you ever went up there, I don't know if you ever went up there yourself. Like if you go around the first team environment, the boy, like say Kevin Nolan was proper.
It was good.
Yeah.
We used to do like, they'd put us in like the treadmill. That treadmill underwater.
Oh yeah.
I was fucking drowning in it.
Yeah.
Well, too deep.
I was going to say I experienced that well with my ACL.
Yeah.
So yeah, before I signed for Bolton,
Can you remember the phone call though when you're playing and then someone says, like Bolton are in for you?
It sort of goes, it goes for your parents, doesn't it? Really, like say, I think my dad just pulled me and was like Bolton are interested, and I was like Bolton, like 14. You think?
Did you know? Obviously, did you know where Bolton was in like terms of the country? Because it's a big, long move.
Not really. No, so I knew like football wise, obviously like who Bolton were, because you watch, like, say Match of the Day and stuff like that. But not really. Like say not at that young age. I think it was like so. I was probably 13 when the talk started coming through. Because I only just turned 14 when I moved, and it was. Yeah, I never knew where I was going, but mum and dad, like probably more my mum was like, you're not moving up there on your own. You have to obviously go on your own. My mum and dad stayed like 5 hours away. So I was like, I'm going.
Did you move up on your own?
Yeah, but that's the thing. So obviously going backwards before I also come around, before I signed the contract, like playing like, I think it was done like the end of the season, like say the end of the football season, then it's like, want to sign you, et cetera, paperwork comes through, deal done, basically near enough done. I just had to go and sign on the dotted line when the season started. But so I've sort of played like 5-a-side tournaments like for my local team just because I love footy. And my dad took me to one of the games. He was like, "Oh, do you want to play?" And I was like, "Yeah, go on, I might as well. I've got my boots. Like, have a kick around."
You would though, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Like, I just love like you say. I think back then, like tournaments were like even like now, like just such a big thing. I was like, yeah, I just want to play with my mates. Like I was only 13. Like yeah, have a kick around. And I've gone for like, I can't remember exactly what happened. I've gone for a tackle and felt my knee completely bang. And I was like, I lay on the floor. I think I could see my dad just like, not told my mum I was playing in this tournament. Like,
oh no.
Got him like completely.
And you've got your move.
Yeah, obviously got the move. And I'm thinking, I'm the best lad on the pitch thinking, oh my God. Like, obviously you could tell when it's a bad one, like my knee was like out here somewhere and like fully swollen up, off in an ambulance. I can imagine my dad having an absolute heart attack, like thinking, what has happened there? He's probably checking the paperwork, making sure it's all signed and stuff.
Oh my God.
So
were they paying a fee for you as well?
Yeah, they would have paid a fee, yeah. And I think it was all like, whatever it's down, like if he plays, gets into the first team. I can't remember what the fee was, but obviously it wouldn't have took me for nothing. Like, no. And yeah, so thankfully actually the contract all still went through and I got up to bottom. I settled it all down at a couple of months before. What
were you thinking though when you were in that ambulance then?
Just head spinning, wouldn't I? Yeah.
What can you do? I
was thinking, I've screwed.
You've blown it. You think you've blown it?
Yeah.
13, 14-year-old.
Initially, I'm thinking, like, I'm done. Like, I've not done.
What did you think you'd done?
I knew it was like, when it's a bad one.
You knew it was serious.
I knew it was like, I knew it was. Initially, I thought I broke my leg, but I said I had the X-rays and it cleared the X-rays, and then I got to have an MRI, and my dad was like, no, like I don't have an MRI because he knew it was something serious. He was like, if I have an MRI. You have to tell Bolton.
So you guys were thinking, no MRI.
Just check the bones.
No
bones
evidence.
are clear.
Yeah, we'll get the swelling down.
Get the swelling down.
Get ourselves up to Bolton.
Get up to Bolton, sign the contract, and then I've gone upstairs to sign the contract, but I'm injured.
Could you do anything on it? You must have been weight bearing.
This is the thing with ACL, they settle down.
Yeah.
And it's like you can straight line, you're fine. So I was like, right, straight line, I'm all right, but I just can't really twist and turn. So I was fullback.
Some mindset that at 14.
What of like hide all the evidence?
Yeah. No, it is though. Like I'd be in tears going, Dad, what can we do? Like you went, right, how do we hide this? Get the swelling down, son.
Because I actually know it didn't do me ACL.
Like
so
that,
I knew it was bad, like, but I thought I might have got away with it, like, because eventually it settled down, and I was like, I can sort of move and I can get around, and
right.
So I was thinking I might actually probably be all right, because it was obviously 2 months later. I've actually then gone into training.
And you've not mentioned anything.
Not mentioned to Bolton. No.
Wow,
no chance.
Wow,
By the way, it was like when he come in, he was like, "We've signed this 14-year-old kid. We've paid for him." It was like a bloke standing there. I was like, "He ain't fucking 14."
Was he big?
The size of him compared to me, yeah.
So you've got to bear in mind, so I'm like a 6-year contract. So there's no way I was saying bringing this up. Like,
is it a 6-year deal?
6-year deal, yeah. So there's no way I was bringing anything up. So obviously, like for my family as well.
Obviously, he's not allowed at that age, but
Just get that one in.
Yeah, so it's like a lifetime move, like for big, massive opportunity. So I was hoping actually I didn't do anything. So I was thinking like might have got away with it. But let's say I think going to Poland first game, balls went over my head, gone to twist, obviously twist and turn ACL. That's probably the prime one. Bang. Obviously then got the scan, no ACL. And I was like, yeah. Probably sort of might have knew that, like, but
Didn't feel that bad. I can't believe that's happened.
yeah.
So yeah, that was me then for I think it was a year and a half. But
No.
it was one
Did
of
that
them,
hold
like-
you back?
So I was in school. So I've moved up there and I'm on my own.
Yeah.
So I'm in school and like going to school. Obviously,
Who
then,
are
like,
you living with?
just a digs.
Just in
I had
digs.
a lad.
What digs did they put you in?
I was in Horwich, like behind the beehive. Just
That sounds like a western.
yeah. So
Was she called Sheena?
no, it was.
That's who I had behind the beehive.
Did you?
Yeah.
It was
Behind
a
the
couple,
beehive, the pub.
Well, a little
Behind
bit, but nothing like that. Sheena behind the beehive. But yeah.
Yeah. So I think I was. But then you're up there, like done my ACL. I couldn't really do much, but then I had to go because Bolton obviously invested in me. They're like, right, we want you coming in to see the first team and. You see the first team physio, so I was around the setup more probably than what I ever would have been. Because say at that age, you're just part of the academy. You're not really don't really see the first team at 14, 15.
No.
So I was in the first team probably 3-4 days a week, like seeing the first team physios and being in that environment of. So I felt like I was part of it from like such a young age.
Yeah.
And yeah, I had unbelievable treatment, and so I'd seen an amazing surgeon who fixed my knee, and probably that I wouldn't have got. So let's say that rehab-wise, I couldn't have had it any better. And say that was.
Did you have any trouble with it since?
That's 20 years ago, and I've
That's
nothing.
unreal because like you never really hear of kids getting ACLs, do you?
No.
Like that young.
And obviously, I go for medicals now when I've signed for other teams, and they check you, and they're like, "ACL's good." Like I'm like, yeah, 20 years ago that.
Yeah,
So-
but if you hadn't signed a 6-year deal, you wouldn't have got that treatment.
No, that's what
would
I'm saying. I
you?
wouldn't have got the treatment. I wouldn't have seen like probably the best surgeon that could have fixed knees, and I'm like, so I got proper treatment at Bolton. Like they proper like looked after me. So I forever
Did you
grateful
know
for
when
that.
you was at Bristol? Did you realise how good you were?
I was never like an amazing, like say academy wise. I was never brilliant. Like I was defender, so don't really stand out as a defender, do you? Like it's hard to be an amazing centre half, left back.
He was a very good Big Sam defender, though.
Left-footed, though,
for
aren't
that,
you?
I think for like what Bolton would probably like say recruiting, like so we had like Carl Bartley and play like big lads, like
Yeah.
So I was big for my age and technical. We can work with that, and it was I was never like outstanding though, like never like.
No.
I think there was lads at Bristol City who had a little bit and probably better than me, and even probably in my team, like say forward wise, and I think even then probably like, how's he nicked to move to Bolton? Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, off lad, see you later. Signed a 6-year deal at Bolton.
That must have been daunting, though, making that journey up there, knowing that you were going on your own at 14.
Yeah, I think it's when you just take it as you like. I didn't really think about it. Obviously, it's more excitement, just thinking.
But like, I'm imagining lads who I'm dealing with now going to do it. They can't do it at 19.
No.
So like to do it at 14.
Yeah, I just took it as a. I didn't really. probably didn't overthink it. I think my mum and dad didn't put too much pressure on it.
Yeah.
Didn't make it as a massive thing. And I think I got such looked after. Like it was more, this is like next level. This.
Yeah.
And I absolutely loved it.
Can you remember like your first game back then when you was coming back to?
Not vague, yeah, not massively, but I felt brand new. Like I think ACL was like 9 to 12 months, but I was a good 16, 18 months.
Right.
Like we're not rushing this. Like this is proper shutdown. Like so, I didn't come back. I felt I was more than ready when I come back.
Yeah.
So I was more than ready to play, and I felt absolutely
so
fine.
you'd have left school by then, did you?
Would have just left, yeah. So I was then under 16. I missed the under 14s. I probably took the end of the 15s, their 15 season, and then the 16s is when you go like then
as a scholar.
As a scholar, yeah. And that's when I then.
You still got 5 years left.
So yeah, so
you already had your scholar, didn't you?
So that's the thing I'm worried about. I wasn't really worried about like say contract wise. I was like, I got time to take my time with this.
Well, so you still got your scholar and your pro added onto
yeah,
all
so I was
that.
enjoying myself. Like say moving up as a young lad at 14 in Bolton. I was like, yeah, this is great. This just
Hollywood Bowl every night.
Hollywood Bowl. We had the cinema pass and in the cinema every night, and yeah, it was great. Obviously, being at school as well. From
Bolton
somewhere.
girls are a bit looser as well.
Yeah. Under 16's icon was the one, mate.
Was it?
Yeah. Can of tango, bottle of poppers. That was your night set.
What, underage disco?
Yeah.
Was it?
That's because I lived with a Polish lad, and he was a few years older than me, so he took me out, and he was like, "Oh, it's like this is dangerous." This like he opened my eyes to going out and stuff, and he was a nightmare to live with.
What, is he the one who you lived in digs with?
In digs with, yeah. He's like the moved lad from Poland, and he was like,
what was he called?
Blasi Augustin. So he was a big lad, and he had like. There's like 3 or 4 Polish lads they brought over.
Did any of them make it?
There was like goalkeeper, I think. No, I don't think they all like made. I think they played in like the Polish league. Like the lad I lived with played in Serie A, so he had like an alright. I can't imagine he'd play for it, but he had an alright sort of career, and he made a few quid out of it. So he's done alright. But yeah, no, I don't think anything like outstanding. But a few of them did a little bit. Yeah. Who
are the decent ones then in your under 18s group?
So Aaron Moy was probably the one. He come over at 15, 16. Yes, and there was always lads.
Was he bald then?
He did look like one of them. Like, he was just meant to be bald, didn't he?
Yeah.
He just had a bald head.
Yeah, he had big blonde locks.
Did he?
Proper, yeah. He had real long blonde hair, and it was like
a Viking.
So he went from that to that. I was like, what's going on here then?
Did he start going thin first or not?
Yeah, and he just accepted it.
Looked like Hulk Hogan at 18.
But he was, I think that's how we settled as well, when you got lads coming from different places and everyone's in it sort of together then. So you've only got them to like, that was like my family then.
Right.
I'd say you just see them all the time outside of football, because I didn't have a family, so my family was miles away. So I didn't have anyone to go home to. It was always then, right, what can we do together? We were always together. Everyone was in digs, so it was. I suppose
that's a good way to go about it, isn't it? Because you've no distractions and you're kind of all in, aren't you?
I was fully channeled football, and it was.
And how did you do in that under 18s level?
Did really well. So that was probably my under 16s, 17s. I got into the England setup, played England 17s, under 18s. That was probably my best. I come back from the ACL and I felt brand new.
Did you feel strong, fit,
gym wise,
bolts up
I'd say Bolton as well. Open my eyes to the gym. I was in the gym.
Jordan had been sacked by then.
Jordan had gone by then.
I was in the under 14s or something.
He might be still in the under 13s playing.
Definitely was.
Yeah. So I bolts out. I was big lad anyway, but like then gym wise, I was in the gym nearly every day. So I was muscle wise, and I come back an absolute unit. Legs were massive, and I was like, probably then helped me like. So all that time in the gym, filled my body out. So a young lad, I was like thin and skinny, but like really tall. But then I just filled out, and say 16, 17, that's when I probably felt, I got a right chance here.
Class. Where you went out, was it India? Did you play India for England? Oh no, so that was England C.
That was England C. So the India game didn't happen. So going to India didn't happen. That was when I went to Forest Green. So
I've jumped miles.
Yeah, you jumped a little bit.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
So you ended up, you went to Crewe on loan after that.
Went to Crewe on loan. That was my first opener to obviously like men's football, as you want to say. Like,
what league was that then?
League 2. So play reserves football. I say it was reserve football back then, so it's probably a lot better than what the 21s is now. Like reserve football was men.
Yeah.
Like, there was no really. We play a few kids under 21s. It was you're playing against the lads that not playing in the first team. So I was playing against good players. constantly on a regular basis in reserve team football, but you want to play proper when it actually means
Professional
something.
games,
Like
don't you?
reserve game don't mean anything.
Yeah.
There's no points on the line or anything. So went to Crewe, got the phone call to go down there, and I was like, yeah, more. I was like, so I think I was 18, just turned 18, so I was ready. Like I wanted to.
Yeah. Who was the gaffer?
Dale Grady. Yeah, he called me out and said they were like Crewe and obviously known for young players, bringing them through, and it was probably the perfect club for me to.
Yeah, they were.
That's good.
I knew it was going
Your
straight
bottom
away.
lip then. So yeah, Crewe was the perfect one for me to probably, like I say, to start, like bring young players through. It was the perfect one, and I'd say I went down there, but fortunately I got injured in my second game, so that got carboshed straight away.
Oh, did you?
So second game for me, I had Notts County at home, and I've gone for I think tackle on ankles completely gone over, and I was like, oh nah. So that then ruined my loan move when I was.
What, they just sent you back?
So I had to go back, yeah, because I think I went back, had the scan, and it was like, yeah, this is 2 months, 3 months job. You know,
Oh, was it?
you got no chance, and I was. Then it's you
Sound.
think, brilliant.
Back in gym.
That's my loan move done.
Right.
So yeah,
Rehab again.
You go through that's in the thing of football where you're buzzing, thinking, yeah, I'm off. First loan move, great. Play talk. I think the Torquay was my first one, and then the next one, yeah, bang, like back to square one.
And what month did you go out on loan? Was it the second half of the season?
Yeah, it was right towards the end. I think it was February, March. I went.
So that's you done then for that season.
So that was
then,
me done, yeah. And then I'm like, I think that was the year I left Bolton. When I was 19 when I left, and it was I might have had a year left, but they were like, this is the thing from Bolton. They signed Marcos Alonso.
Yeah.
So I got told, I think Owen Cole was a manager at this time when I left, and he was, right, son, it's like, what's going to happen now with you? And like, we can keep you for another year, or I think you should go. Like, and I was obviously like, go. It's like, I don't see a pathway for you to get to my first team. Be honest, son, I'm just signing Marcos.
Start early, yeah.
Just signing Marcos Alonso from Real Madrid, like, sort of blocking you a little bit. I was like,
Why is he blocking me? Why?
I was like,
let's see.
Alonso, like, never heard of him. Like,
He's crap.
yeah, obviously not like.
Yeah.
So that was my pathway was then like it was probably the conversation I needed. Like you just
Was you happy to go and play some games at that stage?
do you know what, I wanted to play. I was ready to play. I felt like I need to play. I've been in like the reserve team setup since I was 16. So 3 years of playing reserve football. I was like, I need to play.
Yeah.
I need to go out and experience. Have I got it? Like because you never really know until you play first team football if can actually make a career out of this.
And so was it Forest Green after that?
Forest Green, yeah. So
How
I
did-
signed. So I went on a few trials, and as you do, like trying to get a club, and got setbacks here and there for different reasons. Of like we're signing this player for instead of you, or we're doing this and that, and so I missed out on a few clubs. But then it never really happened. I was like, flipping it, like.
Did you have somebody helping you then?
So an agent, yeah, like get you trials and.
Yeah.
But I thought I've just left Bolton Premier League, like
Yeah.
I'm going to get
Gonna get
Champions League 1. Next minute, I'm like,
Don't wear like
hold
that.
on a second, like
Yeah.
I'm in a conference. It was like I said, National League now, and I'm like,
It just doesn't work like that, does
I
it?
was like,
'Cause-
that purely opened my eyes. I was like, flipping it. I've gone from like Premier League to like signing for
Yeah.
a conference team.
Pretending to be a vegan.
This was before then, yeah. So before Dale come in, before the chairman, then it was like, so I've signed for a conference team. I'm like, then I signed for them, and I couldn't even get in the team. I'm like,
That's where it's.
so I'm battling with mum and dad.
Because there's a lot of good footballers, isn't there?
Yeah.
And I think young lads who are at big clubs, they'll kind of look down on League Two,
Hugely.
National League, and
Yeah,
they
yeah.
think, I could walk into that side,
Yeah.
but you can't.
I did it. I didn't even know Forest Green were. Didn't even know
Yeah.
where's that like.
How low was that? What?
Yeah, like I was proper naive to. I try to say lads now when I'm talking to them, like say you did like 18, 19, like Premier. They're like thinking, this is all that, but lads, like it's tough down there. Like
Yeah.
this is. I say, it opened my eyes massively to
And there's some very, very good players as well, isn't there?
good players that just get stuck in the system of like I found it. I was then signed for Forest Green. I felt ready to then get a move, but I didn't get a move for 4 years.
You just can't get out.
Couldn't get out. Like
Yeah.
I thought I was good. We had a good team, but I was.
When did you start breaking in to the team?
So Forest Green, I signed for. I think I signed in like the December sort of time. November, December. Didn't then get in till I think it might have been later on in the season. Just couldn't get a game, and I think then I was on. I didn't even start. I was on non-contract, so it was just ticking over. ticking over, and I got in the team eventually. Getting paid, but like non-contracts, like what, 2 weeks? You can just go.
Yeah.
See you later, mate.
Yeah.
So I'm like just rolling here. So I'm thinking like stay in, just keep seeing what happens. But I'm back in mind thinking I need to like prepare for like could go. What's loading the conference? I don't know what's below that.
Mechanic, electrician.
So I was like,
after Jordan, you mate. Let's see what he's got for me.
So yeah, then
Jordan, what are you doing? Oh, I'm still playing under 15s, pal.
Got yourself lucky, Stokes.
Still 4 foot.
But actually, something needs to happen to get your opportunity, and then I think both the left backs got injured, so then that got given my chance to play, and then as soon as I played, I think then if manager seen me, was like, he's ready. Then I just stayed in.
He played well.
Just stayed in then. I think I played the next 20 games for the end of the season, and that was me then. Next few years was played.
Sometimes you just need that chance, don't you, to prove to the manager. I'm young, but I'm ready.
Yeah, managers don't like to say, especially when I think was in a relegation battle then at Forest Green when I first went in there, and at the time when I played, you're not going to chuck a 19-year-old unknown.
It's a lovely club as well, Forest Green, isn't it?
Brilliant club.
Yeah,
absolutely. I say, but I was there for quite a while. I loved it.
Because
it's a random little place.
Miles from anywhere, isn't it?
Ellsworth, it's on top of it. I don't know if you've ever been. It's like on top of a hill. Grounds like.
Who was your manager then?
Dave Hockaday.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, Dave Hockaday was the manager, and he was fair. He was like brand new with me. He was then recruiting. Then I think the year after, then when Dale Vince took over, load of money. It was like, right, who can we bring in here? They were signing players from academies. Like that was his sort of thing. Then, right, bringing players in from who left academies, giving them a chance.
They had a good side, didn't they?
Yeah,
because I remember. I think I was reading you initially signed a 1-year contract, and then like say you end up being there 5 years, didn't you?
Yeah, I was signing. Then soon the chairman took over, Dale Vince, and he was one like he rewarded you if you played a few games. I think I signed like 4 contracts in about 5 weeks.
Oh,
honestly,
really?
It was mental. Like when Dale Vince took over, he was like, if you do well, I'll give you a few more quid. It was like signed a contract. Right, next one, played a couple of games. There's a new contract. Played a couple of games. There's another one. I was like, this is class, this.
Your money's just going up and up and up.
But I'm signing more years. So I'm like, hold on a second. I'm like, I'm not going to get out of this football club.
I'm 41.
But they never sold anyone. So like, it was a thing, like, he didn't need the money. So I think...
I was just going to say that it's like a double-edged sword there, isn't it? Because if you've got a rich chairman, he then is reluctant to sell his best young players because he doesn't need the money.
So I think the whole time I was there, no one got sold. So he was like, I don't need the money. Like clubs in like football league were bidding for the players. It was like 100 grand.
Yeah,
100 grand. Like
and as
well, like
multi-millionaire. Like doesn't need what's 100 grand. He was just doing it as a business wise.
We had similar at Fleetwood where the players in the National League were being paid far more than the players than the teams that were bidding for him. So they'd say, right, we'll pay 50 grand for this player, and we'll put you on $2 grand a week. I'm like, oh.
Lads are like, no.
I'm on more than that now. There's no point.
No, that was the thing. So actually, when I fast forward, when I'm trying to leave Forest Green, new manager took over. Eddie Pennock, I just didn't get on with from the get go. He then took over, and as you do with a new manager, he wasn't having me, and I was like, I'm not having you. And it was, I said, I've been trying to get out of this football club for 4 years, mate. I'm like, can I go? And he was like, well, you know what the chairman's like. So I had to speak to the chairman. I was like.
But was you still playing at that time or not?
I was playing, but then he sort of then filtered me out. He was like, I was get to a point where I was just dying to go, and he changed it around, and I wasn't in the team, and I was like, so look, I'm not the team in the National League. I want to go. Like I know.
I was going to say they didn't win promotion during them years, did they?
No, missed out. Say they're going back.
Because you was always up there, weren't you?
Yeah, because one team gets promoted. One team wins the league, so even if you're up there, like
who would have won the league? Like we would have won the league, wouldn't we? Fleetwood, yeah. So that was Fleetwood won it.
So you'd have played against him.
I must have played against him.
You would have played, yeah. So then you've got, I think Cambridge went up, Luton went up.
Luton, yeah. So that
Wrexham was stopped for age. Wrexham never got out of it.
Yeah. Luton would have been, you'd have played against Gray then, wouldn't you?
Yeah, Andre Gray, yeah.
He was good, wasn't he, back then?
So I had him in the England C. I said I played him in that.
I was going to ask him the same kind of.
So that was, he was, there was always good, they're saying good players.
There was some real good players.
Yeah. That just in that league, and I said it still is now. So I'm back in that league now, and there's good players.
But I think the format's different now, though. I think for the England C team, you've got to be under 23, haven't you?
Is that what it is?
I think so. Okay. Yeah. Whereas back in the day, it was just anybody.
It was anybody. Yeah.
So you'd have players who had played 200 championship games who had filtered down to the National League, and then they're
playing England
seaside. Yeah.
Yeah, I only had one. I had one game in it, and we had Bermuda, and I was like, Bermuda. I was like, yeah, go on in. I'll go to Bermuda. I had like a week and a half in Bermuda. I was like, this is brilliant.
Yeah.
But yeah, England sea setup, I wasn't too bothered with it, to be honest.
Was it? Is it Brian Fairclough?
Yeah,
Brian Fair. Yeah.
What about his team talks?
I didn't.
Did you have the well one?
No.
I mean, oh my God! He has some brilliant things. But I think there was basically he started this speech, and I can't remember it exactly, but he was like, he said like, you're all thirsty. You've not drank for days and days, and somebody goes to the well and he's trying to pump the water up and he's pushing on his own, and the it's going from side to side and spilling. And you just can't get it. What do we need? We need a teammate. So there's 2 of you, and then another teammate. He said, and then there's 11 of you all pulling on this thing, and it's easy.
Drinking
there's
it
no water being spilt, and you all get fed, and you're all like.
So when did they come with this? Like, that reminds me of a Graham Westley team talk that.
Crazy.
Yeah, I just feel like, what's going on here?
But lads are just like, what about that fucking speech?
Yeah, some managers are bonkers, aren't they?
Yeah.
But I say, yeah, I can't really remember the one he gave me, but yeah, we didn't get the well one.
Who were some of your teammates then in that England C setup?
Who would have been there? James Norwood was there. Sam Clucas.
Yeah.
Trying to think of the boys.
James Norwood. What
Mickey
club was he at
Dimitri,
then?
who's at Crewe.
Is it Oldham now?
No, I know he's
me.
at Oldham now, but
We were at Forest Green together.
Oh, was it Forest Green?
Yeah. So Nor's come from Exeter, I think he was, and yeah, but I was with him for the 4 years I was there.
Right.
Funny guy. Like,
Good lad.
Oh God, carnage.
Yeah.
He's bad now. Like even when he was 19, 20, he was a nightmare.
He's probably on as much money now as he's ever been.
I think he's on probably yeah.
I heard that.
That's some like say the National League up. Like
Yeah, it is.
That's probably why he went from Barnsley to Oldham.
Yeah.
He's not going to go from Barnsley to Oldham unless it's worth his while.
All the Oldham lads was
Mega
on
money.
backup played, and Norwood had paid for extra leg room and ordered 2 beers when he got on. So he just sat on the front. So I obviously hadn't paid for extra leg room, but just sat in it, pissed up. And
Where was this at?
On the plane
Going where?
to Dublin.
Oh, right, okay.
So it's an half-an-hour flight, but he's got himself 2 beers as soon as he gets on. So literally, he sat down in extra leg room. The guy come over with 2 beers. And he goes, there you go, sir. He went, nice one, pal. Just cracked him open. But yeah,
What a guy.
He's a nightmare.
What a guy.
He was hard work.
Was there?
Yeah, to get him focused on a game. He was just such an excitable character that it was just.
What was you like off the pitch?
I've always been quite real. I say
Sensible.
Yeah, tried to keep it. Probably why I've played for so long. Like you enjoy yourself as much as you can, like when you can and when you deserve it. But say I've actually tried to like stay away from the drink and that sort of. Probably when I was younger. Now I can enjoy myself a little bit more.
Yeah.
But when I was younger, I was more disciplined and try to avoid the nights out as much as you can. But
Can you remember?
you do get tempted every now and again.
Can you remember a standout player who you went up against in the National League?
Vardy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that seemed to be your team, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
don't get him started on Vardy. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'd say Andre Gray. It was at Luton. National League. Yeah, probably them two. I can't really think.
I thought I said.
But there was some good, like I say, it was some good players. Like it was.
I've mentioned it loads, but that season where Vardy scored all them goals and then got sold, it was just
even like Andy Mangan.
unbelievable. Andy Mangan, very good. Yes, Magno Vieira.
Yeah, so he come to Forest Green.
He comes to Forest Green. Yeah, I was going to say.
He probably got right. Who pays the same as Fleetwood? Yeah, Forest Green. I got there.
Yeah.
We had all of Mangs come there after. I think Andy
Mangs come on? Did they?
He was in my car squad. Him and Anthony Barry, the England assistant manager.
Yeah. I know Anthony Barry.
Yeah, great.
Did he come Forest Green as well?
He's from Forest Green. Yeah.
What about it? Can you believe them? How
crazy, isn't it?
Unbelievable. Isn't that fucking England assistant manager?
But he was quite very knowledgeable in his football.
Yeah. He was quite quiet lad though, wasn't he?
He lived with Andy Mangan.
Yeah.
And probably chalk and cheese, them two.
Yeah.
Like Mangs is lunatic.
Loud, yeah.
And you've got Baz who's just quite chilled out, like.
Yeah.
But he was always clever, like, because we drove in together, so he was always on the blower, like, talking football, and he was a very channeled football man, so...
Could you see him getting to where he has?
No, like going from playing at Forest Green to being England assistant manager is a bit of a
No one can see that.
Let's be honest, like, that's a bit of a
Yeah.
no. But like to be like a coach, yeah, because he knew his stuff. Like he was a clever football wise, and that he was dialed in on tactics, and he'd always talk like say as you do in the car on the way home. If managers play this team, he'd be like, or did a sub like, he's like, what have you done that for? Like,
I wouldn't do that.
yeah, I wouldn't do that. Or I
fuck do you?
want to play this, or I've done that. And he was like, one of them. You think, do you know what? Yeah, you're talking some sense here, pal.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was.
That's why he never spoke to me.
Are we bringing
Couldn't
Seddon
engage with him. Why are they bringing Seddon on? Should have took you off. So how did you eventually get your move out of Forest Green then? Obviously, you're having that conversation where you
So I'm
want
trying to
leave.
get out and trying to get out. So I went on. I think I went on like a trial sort of thing, training sort of wise. Went to Yeovil, did well, but then they, like I said, the wages, like I say there, they were Yeovil in League One, Forest Green. They were like, we can't. Forest Green wanted my full whack. They're like, you're not going unless you.
Was you out of contract then?
I was in contract. This is in the season.
No, I'm saying, was you out of contract at the end of the season? Is that why they were letting you?
Yeah.
So they could potentially get some money for you before you leave on a free or what?
I think they just wanted like the chairman, actually really sound bloke. Like he was like, I spoke to him personally. Like I said, I think I rang him or met him. I was like, I want to go here. I've been here so long.
Yeah.
Blocked X amount of moves for me to leave this club. I've done 4 years. Like, I want to go. Like,
Time to go.
Time for me to go. And he was
I want to play higher, basically.
and he was brand new. He was like, yeah, like if obviously financial wise, it needs to. I'm not letting you go, and they, like, not going to pay. Like, you have to pay your wages. Like, I was like,
of course,
sound like fine.
And obviously,
I didn't want to just tear my contract up. I wasn't going to go, oh, right, just cancel my contract and then I don't have a club. So I was like, well, let's see if I can get a club. And he was like, yeah.
and I suppose because of the wages that you're on, you can only go to a certain league that can pay that.
Well,
so
I sort of then jumped
League
League
One.
Two. Like, yeah, so I went training at League One. I was like, see if I can, see if I can do it. Like, and went to Yeovil, saying that didn't work out. And then Coventry, I think they were looking for a left back, and they were like, yeah, we'll have a look at you. And I was like, okay, went up there. I think we played one game, like an in-house sort of game, and did really well. Went back to Forest Green because I didn't know it was going to happen. I got a phone call on a Friday evening. Right, it's happening. I was like,
It was initial loan, wasn't it?
loan, yeah. So I've gone from playing, we had Braintree, from Forest Green before, Braintree away. Next minute, I'm playing Sheffield United for Coventry. I was like,
Was you
flipping.
straight in the side?
Straight in, yeah.
So up on the Friday, straight in the side on the Saturday?
So on the Friday, because I wasn't playing at Forest Green, the fitness coach was battered me. So I didn't know the move was going to happen at this time. So I went to train as you do on a Friday.
Yeah.
Got like, as you do if you're not playing, run after. Killed me. I'm like, finish, like go home.
Weekend off.
Weekend off. Fantastic. Like got home, phones rang, Coventry. I'm like, yeah, we'll take you tomorrow. Like you're playing tomorrow. I was like, playing tomorrow? Like just don't know what I was thinking. I'm obviously going to say no. I was thinking in the back of my thinking, oh my God, like who we got? They never knew they're playing. Sheffield United away. I was like, nice, right, okay.
Sheffield United away as well. What a ground.
Gone from Braintree to Sheffield United away.
Better get in bath.
Straight in, yeah. So I'm like doing everything I can, like, right, how can I get ready for this game? Driven up to Coventry, signed all the paperwork done, and next morning, right, yeah, here we go, you're in.
Just like
That's
football's mad, innit?
It's completely bonkers, isn't it?
How you left out the side for Forest Green, like Gaffer don't fancy you,
Yeah.
or whatever reasons, not picking you, to then the next day you can perform and play against Sheffield United in League
Crazy,
One.
isn't it? Yeah. So
You all right?
Yeah,
You play well?
So I've signed for Stephen Presley. So he's the manager at this time, right? So I've signed the contract, done, played the game, 2-0 up. I've come off. I think they got a man sent off. Brilliant, happy days. We've gone 1-0 up, fantastic. 2-0 up. This is going to couldn't go any better. This next minute, like balls going down the line, cramp. 60th minute, quads, hand, worst cramp I've ever felt in my life. Never felt anything like it. But I knew I was done well. I'd probably last 60 minutes.
Yeah.
2-0 up, come off. Happy days. Next minute, goal, 2-2. I was like, oh.
Are you still on the pitch?
I'm off now.
Oh, you're
So
off, right?
I'm off
It's not
now.
as bad
2-0
there.
up. I'm like, this is 2-2. Game finishes 2-2.
See, I'm different mentality. I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing at this point. I'm going.
He's shit. He's spot on.
That's because I've come off. Like,
He's one of my best mates who actually come on the pitch, and I still batter him now, like saying it's your fault, this mate. You got him sacked. So yeah. So the game finishes 2-2. At the end of the game, I like go on the pitch, like shake the manager's hand, like good result. He's like, I could see he's like fuming. I'm like, what's he fuming for? Like,
He's a strange one, though, isn't he?
he's in trouble. Like, so then we go into the dressing room, and I think we just dropped into because the result was we drew. We dropped into the relegation zone. He's kicked off massively. He's like having a go at this lad called Ryan Haynes who come on at left back. He's like nailing him. I'm like, what's going on here? Like, screaming in his face. I was like, right, brilliant, right, yeah, class. Next day, sacked. So I've just signed on the Friday for Stephen Presley.
Sacked on the Sunday.
Sacked on the Sunday.
Yeah, sacked on the Sunday.
Who came in after that then?
So I'm thinking, that's my right.
That's
back to
you
Forest
done.
Green then. Here we go.
Yeah.
Well, it's one game back to Forest Green. So I've only signed like a month loan, I think. So I was thinking, oh my God, like what's happened there? But I was like, no chance. You have to drag me back to Forest Green here. I'm not going back. Like, so I was determined then, like, right, I got an opportunity to play in League One football. There's no way that I'm giving this up.
Yeah.
So next game, I think we had it at home, but I scored. MK Dons we had at home. I think I scored, and then that was it. And I played. I think Tony Mowbray come in the game after that. So it was like a caretaker manager for the first game.
Yeah.
Then
That's good though. He comes in and goes, right, we've got a left back here who scored last game.
Wow.
So he's in.
He's a football man, Tony Mowbray, Premier. Like he's looked at it and gone, probably thinking, God, left back here on loan from the conference. What the hell's going on here? Like,
Yeah.
I think he spoke to me. He's like,
Did he speak to you?
He's no filter. Like he was just like, why would I want to keep you? Like I want to bring like you can go back to Forest. I'm like, no, like I'll give you just tell me what to do. I'll do as like down to the T. Like I'll run. Like just tell me what you need from me, and I want to play. Like.
Did you?
So
did you have that honest conversation?
Honestly, yeah, he was like, I'm probably going to send you back, son. I was like,
Did he?
Don't send me back. Like, just come. Please don't. He was like, yeah, because he's thinking, I've just come in. I think, I can't remember what his last job was, but it must have been good, like.
Yeah. You're on loan from this club, Forest. Where are you from, lad?
Yeah, he's already thinking, like from the
that.
conference, I'll bring someone else in, probably from the Premier League on loan. I'm having you keeping around. But I was like, I'm not giving up this opportunity. I was like, see, he dragged me back before. There's no way I'm going back. And then fair play to him, he kept me in and kept me going. And then so I played every game for him the whole time he was there.
Brilliant.
And like Tony Mowbray was probably the best manager I played for. He was proper. Yeah, proper.
In terms of what management?
Like tactical wise of like, do you want to go on the field of play? And it was like what he said happened. Suddenly you back it, like, because he would say like they're going to play this certain way, or we want you to do this in the game, or the tactics would be this to play this way and go and score. It would just happen. And there was nothing like I could compare to it, like the level I've come from. But even after that, the managers I've worked under after, he was brand new.
Right, calling all football fans, this is your squad and your bet. Dibs 5-a-side is a brand new football betting game. Just head to the app, pick a match, assemble your 5-a-side squad, and pick a target.
So like shots on target and fouls in the game.
Yep, and then you can lock in your predictions and view your potential winnings. Dibs has made sports betting simple with 5-a-side. You can play for only £2 as well.
Like what I get paid at Ratcliffe.
And it's just a bit of fun to add to your footy bet. So check them out and enhance the game with Dibs. And remember, 18 plus, T's and C's apply, and always
Gamble responsibly.
Right, pal, should we get back to the pod?
Let's go.
So that season, we finished that season.
Kept them up, obviously. They stayed up.
Stayed up last game of the season. Crawley
was
away.
it?
Yeah, last game of the season, Crawley away, yeah. So we went, like, he was then thinking, most of his team talks in that end of that season was like, lads, like, going down to League Two. He probably would have left. He was like, they were off the grounds, like, look at this shit. I'm like, I've just come from playing at Braintree, mate. This is class. Like, Crawley's brilliant. What are we on about? But yeah, he was like, he used to have these grounds off all the time, and the team talks. He was like, "This is lads, look at this shit." So like,
because you're thinking it's unreal.
I was thinking, that's right.
Yeah.
So yeah, we stayed up last game of the season, Crawley away. So that was
Some celebration after that then.
That was, I think for Coventry, I think it was more of like a
relief. Yeah, yeah.
Even though we went down, I was there. We went down to League Two a few years after, but at that time it was like if they went down to League Two, it would have been a huge. So it was more like, right, we've survived this. Not even probably like a celebrate. It was more like, fucking hell, lads, you don't celebrate in this. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah, it was one of them like, back on it for next season, lads. And then, so that next season, his recruitment was next level. Like,
was it?
The boys he brought in, like, was like lads who like from like their first loans, but he was bringing in Adam Armstrong, Ryan Kent, Jacob Murphy, lads who obviously haven't played, but
yeah.
he's obviously
But have gone on to be top players.
This is his contacts he was bringing in. So pre-season wise, we probably had the same sort of team we had the season before. We were torrid again. I think we scored 1 goal the whole pre-season. I'm thinking, right, we're in another racing battle. Decent. Lining up for it. And I was in the.
But had you signed a new deal within this then? End of the season?
I signed a contract then.
So signed your permanent?
Yeah. I signed permanent, yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So I was buzzing. I was just buzzing to be
money far better, or was it all about?
I think I took less than I was in Forest Green.
Was you?
But it was more of the opportunity. And like bonus-wise at Forest, like I said, bonus-wise at Coventry, when we first went there, it was like, I think if you played, you got $1,000 and a bit. You won, you got $1,000 and a bit. I was like, class this. Like,
yeah.
I'm just playing like happy days, like win a game. And then the next season, obviously, we done really well. And it was like, this is unbelievable. But say the pre-season wise, I was thinking we are going to be in absolute turmoil.
Yeah.
But then we signed, I think Adam Armstrong signed on loan from Newcastle. Even then I was thinking, never, like, got a lad from Newcastle, like, could be anything. Like, 17, 18-year-old. I've been there, so I've been like, what's he going to be like? I think the first game we played, Millwall or Wigan, one of the two, he scored 2. And then, like, it was, yeah, he was unbelievable. I think he scored like 20 goals before Christmas.
Did he?
He was frightening. But he didn't score
and
after that.
And how old he was then? Like 18 then?
He'd been 17, 18,
was
yeah.
he?
Yeah. And he was, I think Tony Mowbray scored Maguire. He just loved him. But we had like players like behind us, even with like James Maddison, who was at the club, like, he was there then.
Yeah,
he was then coming through. We had John Fleck, Sam Ricketts, Ben Turner. Like, we had like established good players.
I've got
like
Joe Cole down.
Joe Cole come, yeah. So like, you can't really get like how like, this team was like. I don't know how it's one of the, I think it always comes up every year on like my timeline. Like, people will always talk about it. Like, how was this team never got promoted? I'm like, you look at the line and you're thinking, oh, like. Then you got me stood there like, oh yeah.
Just at left back.
Yeah, left back, yeah.
Where did you end up that season then?
So we were absolutely flying at the start. Because that was the problem with like young lads, that when they first come in their first season, they were flying. Just, like, we were unbelievable.
And then just dropped off. Because
January, it comes to a point where they started like coming off it a bit, and it was like, oh, right, we have to start bringing some players in. So we went, that's the only thing I probably could then criticise the recruitment-wise in January was terrible.
Was it?
We went from one extreme to the other. So we signed...
We're bringing in lads from National League, we are.
Not that. I mean, like...
Not that bad.
That is horrible, man.
I mean, not that, like, drastic. Like, it went from, like, signing these talented kids to signing senior pros. So I think we signed Darius Henderson, we signed Stephen Hunt, we signed Peter Ramage. Good players, like. Yeah. We've had an amazing career, but not what we... been playing.
What had
been working? Yeah, what had been working would have been this young, vibrant, attacking football. When we went from that to like, I think we had like Marco Fortuné, like proper like players who've had an unbelievable career. This is like Tony Mowbray's obviously going because of that.
Clark Harris coming as well.
That was after. Right. Yeah, he was after. So like we went from one. We went to like.
But you've lost all your energy there, though, haven't you?
We went from like one style of football to the other, and it didn't work.
Did it not?
And I think we finished like 9th, and we missed out the playoffs. Didn't even get the playoffs. Gone from like top of the league to didn't get in the playoffs, and it just didn't. And I think then starting next season.
Did Tony stay on then for the next season?
He got sacked after 10 games. Yeah. Like, mutual, what do you want to call it? Yeah, he left after 10 games. So that was that. And then we had that was the season where it all went to complete shit.
Did it?
I think we had 3 or 4 managers. We had Russell Slade. We had coming after him. There was one in between. I can't remember who it was, but it was a period where the club was in a right.
Did you go
down
that season?
Went down that season. Yeah. So we've gone from the season before from this team to like almost going up. To the season after relegated. Oof. It was So that was.
And Cover
in League 2.
Yeah, Cover a big club to be in League 2 as well.
That was the thing. So I've almost had it 2 seasons before. Then we've been relegated to League 2, and the club was, it was, but that was the thing. We got Mark Robbins in. He was the one who went, that was the one at the end, but he was decent. He was another good, he took it on, but he was like, we shouldn't have really gone down, but we went down. But then it's fair, he took it on and signed some good players in League 2, and we went straight back up. But it had to, if it didn't go.
Did you start off that season when he came in, even though you was in League 2, like, did you know that squad was going to be good enough?
You never know. You hope so.
Did you feel it though? Could you feel like this is a strong side?
Again, like I think you always judge. I've always judged teams on my forwards. Like if you can score goals, you got a chance to have a chance of going up. We had Mark McNulty, and I think he scored 30 odd goals that season. Right. So that was. I thought then we got half a chance because we had Clark Harris, we had Max Biamu, we had forwards that were scoring goals, and we had attacking. We had Jody Jones as well, who's Notts County now.
Right.
So we had players forward wise,
good, going
to get us out of this league.
Yeah.
So I think it doesn't matter. I'm a defender. Like clean sheets, yeah, they're good. Like, but if you don't score your goals, you're not going to get promoted.
And the goals take pressure off you guys as well,
hugely,
don't they?
Massively.
When you know you're going to score 1, 2, 3 a game,
that's when you can afford to concede one. Yeah. Like if you're just holding on for clean sheets, it's a long 90 minutes. Like
it is. Yeah.
That's where we're going wrong at the minute, isn't it?
It is. You've got no forwards that can do anything. What was Mark like when he came in?
But he took it on. I think just before we had the Checkatrade final, so he took it on just before we had that. Won the Checkatrade final, so that was a big lift for the club. Even then,
he got relegated.
When we won the Checkatrade on the weekend, got relegated on the Tuesday.
Right.
Again, Sheffield United. So I've gone back from buzzing from being Sheffield United away from making my debut for Coventry, or then like a few years ago, to then getting relegated there. So we had the fury of winning the Checkatrade to then getting relegated. But Mark Robbins was brilliant. He was good. It was like I say, you can tell like from how long he was at Coventry and what he took him from. He took him from, well, even though he went down with him to League Two, he took him from League Two all the way up to the Championship.
I was going to say...
And then one kick away from the Premier League.
Yeah, it's a shame he's got that relegation on his... Because it's not really his, is it?
It's not really his, yeah.
It's not really his.
No, he's took him down, but he didn't really take him down.
I don't think he'll put that on the CV, would he?
Yeah, I think that'd be at the bottom of like the League Two promotion, League One promotion, Checkatrade. Yeah, and obviously the FA Cup run they had, and then they've missed out on the Premier League by the Luton game with penalty kicks to go up to Premier League.
Oh, shit, yeah.
So that's... And then I say what it had been. I say Coventry historically is a Premier League football club, so it wouldn't have been Coventry in the Premier League. That's not a thick, but Coventry in the League Two back then was like a whoa.
Yeah,
and we felt that.
Could you feel? I was going to say, could you feel that in and around the club?
Yeah, like we had games like say we were playing in like a 35,000 seater stadium against Forest Green. Like no disrespect to Forest Green, I was at Forest Green for so many long, but like Forest Green don't bring any fans anywhere. So like there was like 100 Forest Green fans, probably 5,000-6,000. Coventry fans in this massive
30,000 seat stadium.
Massive stadium, and yeah, you could. I think that was there's a game there. There's a video of it. A fan runs on the pitch and confronting the players and stuff like that, and we were getting they were throwing tennis balls on the pitch, and every away game it was carnage, and home games was worse. Probably it was just the fans would.
There were so many tennis balls on that pitch. How many come on about?
It's such a weird thing to do, though, isn't it?
Tennis balls, yeah.
Why?
And I think they threw like little pigs as well one time, little pigs' heads, like just like these little things. So I was just throwing them on the pitch and stuff like random stuff, just throwing like whatever the fans could get into the ground, just throwing on the pitch.
Did they?
And it was like they were just so fuming about like Coventry being. So if we lost, it was bedlam.
And that was during that season when you got.
During that season we got promoted,
Cheers.
But obviously we
fans.
We didn't blow it away though. We were struggling. We were like mid-table, sort of like trying to get. We think we got into the playoffs. Right near the end, I think we were in the last game, we got into the playoffs against Morecambe. So we played Morecambe that last game of the season to get into the playoffs. I think Morecambe needed a point to go to survive for relegation. We needed a point to stay in the playoffs, to get into the playoffs. So the game of football was just a complete non-starter.
Just a draw.
I think Kev Ellison was playing right wing.
Was that?
We just like talked to each other. I was like, well, you don't go this way, I won't go that way, and we just have a. See what happens. And nothing happened the whole game.
Just a dead game.
Was it 0-0?
No, complete stalemate. Nothing. I think
both gaffers like that. Well done.
It was like they needed a point to stay up, so they wouldn't have been like going for it, and we needed a point to get in the playoffs. So we didn't really want to risk having a counter attack and conceding a goal. So it was just complete.
I've never played in a dead game like that. It must be.
With a couple of young lads who were like not really on the board, like of just. I think we had like a lad called Tom Bailey.
They're going for it.
Going amazing. I had a shot, and we were like. Whoa, what are you doing? They're like looking at us thinking, is he like, well, no, I'll have a word of him, don't worry.
Really?
So there's a few opportunities in the game where it was like, oh, this could, like, if someone scored, then obviously it'd have gone mental.
Yeah, because it just changed.
It would have completely changed because obviously then they'd have been going down or we'd have been out the playoffs, so it would have been, the game would have completely changed. But in the game, it was just, it was a very weird game. And I think we got booed as well, like in the game. We were like, What are we getting like? We're in the playoffs here. Like,
Yeah.
I think because obviously fans have obviously come to watch it thinking,
It's just shit.
what am I watching?
25 quid to get in, and everyone's just passing it around the back.
Got my left back just at the left back doing nothing. I was just
Just like all season.
Whole career. Really. Shit.
Someone posted one of your better games.
Yeah, what about yeah, doing nothing.
So you met the playoffs, and then you end up going up through the playoffs.
Yeah, so we got into the playoffs, and then we had, I think Notts County away was in like the first leg was at home. I think 1-0 was the first leg. Again, we didn't do too well. I think we went 1-0 down, scraped to 1-0. So you're going away second leg, and we were like, oof, right, 'cause we only finished 6th, or whatever it was. We played against the team that finished 3rd. So we knew we were going to be in like a decent, so Notts County were good that year.
Yeah.
And then, we went away. I think we beat them 4-1. So, great game that was. Yeah, it was probably one of the best games atmosphere-wise, that was brilliant.
Was it?
Because I think they were like quite adamant they were going to go up that year.
Yeah.
They were like the shirts.
And they're still there now, aren't they?
We found out that they had like the shirts printed like we are going up and all this sort of stuff.
Did they?
So we were like, I think like it comes all that stuff like all the beers like ready outside their change room. We were like, ha.
Give us them, lads.
Hey, I read something. I think I read something. I listened to a clip where very similar. There was like a final, and I can't remember, but obviously the other team won. And after the game, all the champagne and all the stuff were in the other dressing room because they literally thought that they were going to win it.
Yeah.
So they had to go in and, guys, can we have our champagne?
Can we get that back?
Yeah,
Imagine, I'd be like, fuck off.
what is that? If someone remembers that, like, let us know. I can't remember who it was, but very similar.
So you sort of get like, I think it like filtered through us, and you sort of like thinking, I have this, lads. And then we went and beat them 4-1, 3-1 or 4-1, whatever it was.
Class.
So then you get to the final, and I think we played Exeter in the final.
At Wembley?
At Wembley, yeah. And beat them 3-0.
That must have been a great...
Yeah, 3-0, 3-1.
That must have been a great feeling, that.
Yeah.
Early goals as well, or not?
No, I think it might nil at half time. Yeah. So I had the experience of it. I had the Checker Trade final, so I had the experience of it playing at Wembley.
Yeah.
We played Oxford, and that one was, that was again, Coventry big following, probably took 50,000. Don't know if Oxford took, but it was like a good crowd there.
Yeah.
So a few of us had the experience of it, so thankfully there's still a few lads that were in that dressing room that had been there before. So going into another game, like a big game, you still got lads who have been there, done it.
What are the dressing rooms like?
Well,
No, they're nice, aren't they?
oh, proper.
Yeah,
proper. Like probably could fit like say massive.
And you got your own little kind of stall, haven't you?
Yeah. I say it's done well. It's the National Stadium, so it's going to be proper. Yeah, it was one of them where.
Did you have family down?
Yeah, my little boy. What game was that? My little boy would have been there. First game, he was only just born. Second game, he would have been there.
So it'd have been about 1 for the second game, wouldn't it?
Would have been 1, yeah. So he had 2 Wembley appearances in the first year he was born, so he wasn't going all right.
Yeah.
Is he a good one?
He's no. My 8-year-old's not. No, my 4-year-old's good. My 8-year-old's not. No. Sometimes like, mate, yeah, you might. No.
Like I had
Just leave it.
Yeah.
like just to pause there. I had my first experience of taking my little lad to football on Monday.
Please tell me it's crap.
Mate, it was so frustrating. So frustrating.
It's
Like,
horrible,
you got to
isn't it?
remember, like, it's only 5,
Yeah.
but you've got 20 kids who are 5-year-old.
Yeah.
Just turmoil.
Yeah.
It's
And I was
carnage.
sat there just getting angrier and angrier.
yeah.
And they put him into goal.
I'd love it if he's one of them kids doing aeroplanes. Instead of, you're just like, fuck.
That's what my 8-year-old was like. He didn't want to go in. Like he doesn't want. Like when I first started to get into it, just didn't
I
want to
had
play.
to stand up halfway through the session and go, can you swap him out of the goal? Like he's just been stood there for 10 minutes. Like I'm like, Felix, get out of the goal.
You can't be doing
Fucking
that.
chase the ball, mate.
It's up front, son.
No, but like the coach would have just forgot.
Just left him in there.
I just left him in the goal for the whole.
yeah, no.
I was like, I'm not having that. I was
No.
like, Felix, swap with somebody else.
Best place for him, that. Just keep him up.
He's actually just getting in.
Is he all right?
He's all right, actually.
Right.
Yeah. But oh yeah, I just thought this is pathetic.
Yeah.
What am I paying for here?
No, I
I was like, this is like watching Jordan. Sorry, yeah, go on. So you've got 0-0 half time.
No, half time. Yeah, even before then, I got a head injury, so I went out for. I think I went for a header. Got smashed in the face, eyes out here somewhere. Gone in like, get the stitches job, and he's like, I think I've been off for like 10 minutes. The manager's like, is he come like?
He comes back on.
So I can hear the radio, and he's like, right, I'm taking him off. I'm like, hold on a second. I'm like, hurry up, mate. Like, get the stitches in me here. So I'm like, come sprinting out the tunnel. He's literally about to make the sub. I'm like, no chance. Like, I'm just sprinted on the pitch. Like, so I'm probably like a minute away from being subbed off.
You got on, Terry Butcher.
So I was like, there's no chance. Don't take me off this. Like, please.
Yeah.
Don't. Like, just got, obviously, Wembley, like, you're not, like, but he was obviously didn't want to wait too long.
Yeah,
in
of
a
course.
big game like that.
You concede a goal while you're off.
Way down to 10 men, no chance. So I was fortunate that only a minute longer I'd been off. But then with the second half, we went and won 3-0.
Brilliant.
So, and there were some good goals in that game as well. I think our centre half scored an unbelievable worldie top corner, Jordan Willis. I think our right back scored one as well. It's like just I think even then the left winger scored one out of his feet, top corner. So game, like, if the game was going to happen, where you're thinking, I think they were thinking, but they was thinking, flipping it, like, what's going on here? Our centre half just turned around on the half turn, slap him on, and it was unbelievable.
That's what you need.
Scored anything.
To be fair, even I've scored against Exeter. You did right.
Have you? Where far?
For Fylde.
Yeah.
My only goal for Fylde.
Was it?
Well, no, me 1 or 2, I think it was. One against my old club Alty and one against Exeter in FA Cup.
Flipping it. But you won't want to say you weren't there then when you just joined.
No.
Class. It's great. There's no better feeling that must be with about 10, 15 minutes to go, you're 3-0 up at Wembley.
So I got the first one with the Checkatrade one, we were 2-1, like it was 2-1, so you're just hanging in there.
Yeah, you can't enjoy it. It's
It
nerves.
was horrendous. And then that was 3-0 up. You could then, like, I think when the ball went out of play, you stand there and you just like, I actually then probably recognised the top tiers. The first time I was there, I was in like a blur, like, didn't know it was top tiers. Like, second time I was like, just stood there looking around thinking, this is obviously, like, because the fans were going mental because obviously 3-0 up.
Yeah.
It was proper. It was just some experience.
Piss up after, or did you go on?
That one we actually enjoy, yeah. The first one, didn't get to enjoy it because I got relegated 3 days later. But to say that the first that one, we could then have a good old bees nut. It was good. Yeah, it was good. It's had a good group then as well. So it's good to say. You always want to enjoy, especially as promotions. You never know where you're going to get them.
Yeah,
that's the best ones when you go and have a good old
and
time
then
out.
did you go back pre-season and that's when you were in League One?
I left that year.
I was going to say, is that when you joined?
So I left.
Barrow?
Yeah. So,
did you leave in the summer then after the promotion?
I had another year left on my contract.
Yeah.
And again, Mark Robbins said to me, "Look, I'm going to go down like fullback because I'm like a defender sort of left back. I'm not like an attacking wise of flying down the wing.
Yeah.
So all these sort of skills, that's never been me. Like probably my best skills, like just turning back and going the other way. Like I don't have like a step overs and like them sort of things. So he was like, I'm going down a sort of different route. I want, say, attacking fullbacks. And he was
It's got to be disappointing after you've just won promotion.
I've been there a while. I was like, this is probably going to my 4th season. So I've been there a long time. I lived there. Like, kid was born there. Like, I was settled. Like, I didn't really want to go. But football-wise, I was like, well, I'm not getting an opportunity to play the following season. Like, right, I'll look at my options.
Yeah.
And that's when Berry come around. It was then...
Is that Ryan Lowe?
Ryan Lowe, yeah. So I think they just come down to League Two. And he was like, we're going back up. Like, this is what I'm bringing in. This is what I've got here at the club. We're going back up. And, like, you've just done it. So you're the ideal person I want in the building. Like, you obviously know how to get out that league. You've done it. And I was like,
yeah, on me.
All right, let's go then. Yeah, it's on me. I was at full back doing all the stuff. Yeah. Stood there left back doing
I must have watched you a few times that season, Ned.
Pardon?
I must have watched you a few times that season.
The very season?
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah.
Must have done.
Yeah, so...
Who was the tricky winger that you had who was not Nicky Adams?
Fuck me.
There was the other one.
Danny Mayer.
Danny Mayer was brilliant that season.
That season.
He was brilliant that season, wasn't he?
If he had a highlight reel for that season, you'd thinking this was like Messi in League Two. Like he was...
Like
phenomenal.
Unreal, weren't
it? I'd say that about players, but he was phenomenal that year.
Yeah,
phenomenal.
I used to do the commentary on some of the games.
Yeah.
And like some of the goals and stuff he scored that season was, like I say, it was
unbelievable.
unbelievable.
Mazes, like just get the ball, like just
take on 5 or 6 players and then slot it top bin.
The team was good though. Like that team was
a good side.
I know you said before about do you know you're going to go up? Didn't really know Coventry, but that when I was in, I was like, yeah, we're going up.
Did you? Could you feel that in that side?
Yeah. Like,
what was Lowy like?
Just like he was. I think I was like it might have been his first. I think it was his first job, and he was. But he had like good senior pros in that. He didn't really come in the dressing room. He just left us to that because it was like managed well by like Nicky Adams, Stephen Dawson, Joe Murphy, Neil Dans. Like it was like proper players in there. Like you've been around the block for know how to handle a changing room. So it was just left to us. he was then tactical wise. We had Stephen Schumacher as assistant manager.
Yeah.
So like looking at it back now, that was like couldn't have had a better first team coach and a first assistant manager. Like,
Yeah, it's class.
so them two tactical wise got it all right, and we dealt with the stuff last changing room and that sort of side. It was brand new.
How did you know the stuff happening off the pitch at the time?
Not till the January. I say when I signed.
Because I remember doing the commentary, and I remember at some stage there was talks of, even if you guys get promoted, you might get relegated, or because of
Yeah, so like the more thing, like say when I first signed, I read stuff. I think it sounds a bit dodgy this, but like I spoke to a few lads who've always been paid, like no issues, like seems all right. I was like, right, it must be like, football league, like
must be legit.
must be like say like it's in the football, like there's no like it can't be that bad.
Yeah.
Look, do I know, like so. So it wasn't until the January sort of period, like where it sort of blew up. It was like the start of the season. It was you got paid. Like some lads weren't getting paid. And I was like, that's then sort of the more I was there, like a couple of months down the line, a few lads were injured, got paid a bit late, and I was like, never heard this before.
Yeah.
But still got their money like just backdated, and I was like, right, but okay. And then more stuff come out, sort of little creaks in the thing. I was like, this doesn't sound good. And then it got to a point where we just didn't get paid. And I was like, right, so none of us been paid now. Right.
So there's an issue.
No, but like looking back though, for them lads still to perform and go up that season.
Yeah, it was. It got to a point where we had like meetings, and we're all sat around, and like the managers like, right, like we got ourselves in this position. His talk was like, we got ourselves in this position. Like lads are neat. Like we need everyone here. Like there's obviously lads want to go.
Yeah, because
I'm not playing.
Well, I remember talks that where lads were gonna not turn up for games, not turn up for training.
Yeah.
And I remember, I remember talks in the paper and speaking to Nicky and stuff where they kind of said, "Well, do you know what, lads? Like, forget the money.
Yeah,
like you're gonna get promoted.
Yeah,
like,
that was it.
It was kind of like they can take the money off you, but they'll never be able to take the promotion, this experience and stuff like that. And I think all the lads then come together, didn't they?
I think it'd been at the start of the season, it just wouldn't have happened.
No,
because this is like, I think we got through January, we got paid sort of, I think the new owner coming, we got paid in Jan, something got sorted out, I can vaguely remember, then February it just blew up again, didn't get paid, and that's when we were like, lads were like,
I think the second guy who came in was worse.
He was worse. He
was saviour.
Yeah, it was. It basically was.
When he bought it for, I think he bought it for like a quid. That was alarm bells ringing straight away. Selling a football club for a quid.
It's funny though, isn't it? Because you're like, I've been paid, and you're like, I've not been paid, and I'm like, I'm not that hard. Until everyone don't get paid, and everyone's like, fucking hell.
Yeah, actually no staff's getting, so everyone in the building wasn't getting paid.
Yeah.
And then it comes to like, say, why did we carry on, or what made everyone but it literally was like, I think the manager of the meeting, he was like breaking down, like in the meeting, like talking to the boys, like, we need it. Like, I know you're not getting paid. We're risking ourselves out here because, see, if you got a contract, you're out of contract in a couple of months.
I think that was the biggest where if lads got injured and they're out of contract and they weren't getting paid.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
it's tough.
And you got like, what do you do? Like, do we carry on or do we just stop? And it was like, we've done all this work. Why? What? We can't stop. So,
I'd always be on the side of let's keep going.
Yeah, you want to send me for dust?
You would have been here.
No, I would have been.
You wouldn't.
Yeah, it was.
No. When you're at that stage though, and you, because I think you was a really close group.
We were very close. Yeah, and it got, because we went through a lot together. That was the thing, because we've been through so much as a group that we grew so close together, and it's like we just do it. Like,
yeah, and I think a lot of it was as well. If you get promoted, we've got a bigger chance of getting all our money as well, weren't it?
Yeah, and if you got promoted
the
as well,
club will get money, the bonuses and all stuff like that. So it was kind of like a bit of a carrot, weren't it?
And even then, like, say, I experienced it. Say we get promoted with Coventry, like you get the clubs want you. Like if you've got a promotion on your CV, you've been promoted. That's like gold dust. Like you see you as like, well, he's been promoted. Like he must be good. Like. So then even then you got a chance of, like, say you got a chance to get another club after. So
2 and 2 would have been.
And then I get 2 and 2. So
you did
get 2 and 2. Yeah.
So I
did. Yeah. So then I get, as it was happening, you're thinking, because I think we stopped training for a 2-week or week period. I think it might have been a week.
Yeah.
We just didn't train for the whole week because we didn't have anywhere to train because we got kicked out at Carrington. I think the ground turned to like concrete. We're like, it's not safe to train on there. There's no water at the club. So like, well, where do we go here? Like,
I did a shoot at Carrington as you just got kicked out.
just got kicked out at Carrington.
Mental.
Yeah.
They just turned up and booted you out.
Yeah,
didn't
so we
they?
didn't have
Went out with you?
You might have been
Well,
there.
with Tyson?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were together and they just come and like, guys, off the pitch.
Yeah, so we had nowhere to train. So I think we were doing.
Was Callum Styles there?
Yeah.
He was that time, yeah.
So I think we were first or second at the point where we stopped training. So we thought we'd just play the games, like we'd just get through this little bit of period, like we'd just play the matches. I think we played like 2 or 3 games and we got battered by, I think it was like in Swindon, beat us like 3-0 at home. Next game we got beat again and it was like, right, we actually need to train. But where are we going to train? So we trained like, went to Liverpool once to train. I think Ryan Lowe was just using his contacts of like, where can we train?
Yeah.
So we were just training there and everywhere. And eventually we went back. I think the weather then finally sorted itself out. So the pitch was trainable. So we just went and turned up. Didn't really use the facilities. We couldn't use them, probably get in the door. So we just trained on the pitch, went home. We just grinded through the season.
Just trained on gig?
No, like the Carrington.
Carrington, all right.
Snuck in Carrington through the bush at the side.
I think we did train on the ground towards the end, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I said, where could we go? So we were training. I
remember,
think we did train on the gig, yeah.
I remember the pitch being awful as well because like I don't think they were getting the money to then be able to fix the pitch after each game and stuff like that.
Like obviously that groundsman and all that stuff's not getting paid. So
yeah.
But people actually, the club wise, everyone was in on it. It wouldn't have worked otherwise even if players wise had been on the board, the staff behind the scenes hadn't been on board, it wouldn't have worked. So everyone was fully into it and say fair play because it wouldn't have happened otherwise. So then we got promoted.
Yeah, it worked.
And you get promoted, but then...
And then it blew up again.
It blew up, yeah.
Yeah, so then I've got another year left on my contract. So I'm going into it like, well, I've got another year left here going into League One.
Would you have stayed as well?
Oh, absolutely. I moved my family up here. I was settled again, like, didn't really want to go, like...
Where'd you live around Bury?
I lived in Astley.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Stay out of Bury.
Yeah, I did live in Bury, yeah. Drove in, drove out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was, football club wise, Bury, I thought it was got a good crowd. Like, proper, like wow,
they're getting 6,000 in.
There you go,
counties now.
Well-established football club, like proper. I loved it. So didn't really want to go. Like, say again, like a lot of lads were on contracts in the following season, so I knew some of the boys would still be there. Yeah, some would be leaving because why wouldn't you? They've just had someone like Danny Mayer's an unbelievable season.
Did you ever go in the director's box downstairs and see the big framed photo of me? Didn't know.
It'd have to be a big picture.
That's it. Tony had my teeth on.
So yeah, it was.
But was it talks from the chairman and the owners and things like that
he was
like trying to guarantee that your money would be fine next season if you stayed? And
I think by that point we knew it was pure bullshit. Like it got to a point where we knew everything that came out was just shit. So like you get false promises and you buy it for a little bit. But after February till now we're on May, June, July, we knew he was just full of shit. So
did everybody leave?
Everyone left, yeah. Well, there was no
Did
club.
they fold after that? Yeah.
Folded, yeah. So everyone had to leave. So there was no
There was no club.
There was no club, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't remember 100%.
I don't know.
But you got promoted and never played in League One.
Never played in League One, yeah.
Club done.
I think it come back 2-3 years, maybe 2 years later, 3 years later, whatever it was, and AFC Bury, yeah, and obviously then have to start further down the pyramid. But it was how you've got a club from a League One football club to then just go.
Yeah.
And I say you got fans who've supported the club for generations, they've got no team to support. Who do you go and support? The football club's gone.
But even though they had all the arguments about I think the ownership of the pitch and stuff like that, and then it folded.
Yeah.
And Gig sat there
doing nothing.
For 2 years, just grass growing, nobody. It's just
There's
strange.
been teams like that though. I've seen Darlington was like that.
Yep.
Built that massive stadium.
Yeah.
Was it Rushden Diamonds? Again, had a lovely stadium. I think that's even then. That's just derelict.
That's
now.
gone, yeah.
Yeah. So it's
I was at because I went to Rushden.
Did you?
Yeah. Well, I left Bury.
Oh, so you just chased the money around?
Yeah. 100%. 100%.
It's a theme with this, isn't there?
Bury went into administration and they had to sell off players. So I went to Rushden because they were one of the richer clubs, weren't they?
They were, yeah.
At that time.
They were.
They had a Premier League ground. And same again. I think the Dr. Martins guy, a couple of years later, pulled out all the money.
Yeah.
Just, poof.
They were gone, yeah. But their ground was a lovely ground.
Yeah,
Lovely little
class.
stadium.
I can't remember. Not Neen Park. Was it Neen Park?
I can't remember what it was
I think
called.
it was Newport.
Have a clue.
Who knows? But yeah, so
But this is like saying this was like national. This is like League One.
yeah.
And it's happened, and it's like, so you're thinking, I waited a little bit, but then eventually.
Rushden were League One.
Was Rushden League One when it went?
Rushden were League One, yeah.
There you guys.
Oh no, I think they might have gone down to League Two and then it went.
Right. Yeah, so.
It's madness.
You
yeah.
just, I just didn't expect it. So I said, when I first signed, I didn't 12 months later.
But like nowadays, you cannot imagine the winners of League Two the next season gone.
The No Football Club, yeah.
No football club don't
No.
play. It's like it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, like I say, you just never think
How they can even let that happen in the
how
first
that
place.
got to a point of it must have been obviously real financial troubles
Yeah.
behind the scene for no one
But
to
people
like
must have
step in and
known
take
months
it.
before. Shit, even if these guys get promoted,
Yeah,
the
but they
club
can't really
gone.
tell you, can they?
Well, that's what I mean.
No, we
Right.
did. Yeah, we got like the little amount of information they possibly could tell us,
Yeah,
and the more it went on, we got obviously a little bit more. But then you're thinking, I'm playing football. Like, I need to
just get through it.
Just get through it. I need to know because I'm not getting paid. Cause
Yeah.
like I need to.
Did you end up getting all your money in the end?
No, like
No.
no, because I've got your promotion bonuses and all that sort of stuff. Didn't see it.
You'd be fuming.
I've got a medal like at home, like, but no.
So then once again you're on the move.
Yeah, so
Back down. You've gone down south, haven't you?
So I
Stevenage.
kept my house in Coventry in the end because I see football, you get sort of the point of where you don't really know where you're moving around and this sort of stuff. So I was like, right, Stevenage come around, and that was probably the only one of my whole
How
career.
sensible is he?
Very
He's
sensible.
one of the most sensible guests ever. You're like, let's keep this house in Coventry just in case this happens.
Thankfully, yeah.
Not one of our guests who would have done that ever.
Do you know who he's got a look of as well when he smiles? Lionel Messi. With his short hair. Do you not think?
Not at all.
I want to get a picture.
No, he does, yeah. It's
I'm
not a bad
right.
one. It's not a bad one.
That could have been someone real bad there, so I'll take that one.
No, it's not. It's not.
I get fucking Wayne Rooney.
Shrek.
So I was
Wayne Rooney,
Stevenage.
now he's
How does that
retired.
come about?
Yeah, so Stevenage was probably the only one in my whole career where, because I was in obviously the shit money wise and financial wise, I was like, I need to go and need to get paid. Like, so I probably took it not thinking totally football, thinking more financials, and it come around and it was, I didn't believe it, the whole thought into it, and I've signed it thinking I've got a club, big tick, family. I need to support my family. I've got a kid, like a wife. I need to like look after my family. So I probably took it without full thinking into it, and I've signed it, and then I think I instantly regretted it.
Did you?
Well, I've moved back to Coventry. I mapped Stevenage, hour and a half. Tell you now, it's not an hour and a half on a Monday morning.
No.
So I was driving from Coventry every day, and it was then 2.5 hours, obviously traffic-wise, down the motorway. But I had a lad who lived in Leicester, so we were driving together. So we'd meet at I think he met at my house at just before 6. We'd drive down in the mornings, back up, and it was like, start of season, it was like, can I get by this? Yeah, it's not right. Stayed down during the week a little bit, but obviously I had a family. I was like, I'm gonna get home and see my kid. Like,
Yeah.
and he had a kid as well, so he was wanting to get home. So we were both travelling back, forth. After like 2-3 months, it was I'm not enjoying it. And we
You start getting injuries though as well, don't you?
and then we started off shit.
Right.
So we think we're bottom of the league after 10 games. And I was like, what have I done here? I was just, but I was in it. So I was like, I sort of like, I've signed it, deal with it. Like, you own this, like you've done it, get on with it. So I sort of cracked on. I did the best I could, but it got to a point where I think with Dino Maamria was the manager, he got sacked. And then we had Mark
How'd you find Dino?
mental. Yeah, he was obviously assistant manager to Graham Westley.
Yeah.
So I knew going down there, I thought, you get stories like, it's not going to be that bad. But he was hard work, but
Aggressive. He's an aggressive man, isn't he?
yeah, but because he signed me, he actually for Dino, I could speak, he actually looked after me. Like, he wasn't one, like some of the lads' runs they had to do was
Tough.
yeah. Like, there was no like days off, like second day recoveries, that sort of stuff. He was, first time I've been down, I was like, second day recovery, like, nope, training, pal. And we're gonna like do running. I was like, right, okay. But he wouldn't like, he would then look after, because he signed me. I was like, he didn't actually make me do the running. But some of the runs, like say pre-season, was
Beasted.
whoa, yeah, tough. real tough.
But he was generally a fit guy anyway, wasn't he?
He was
That's what he
unit.
Unit, yeah, it's massive, yeah. But that's what he lived from. Like that was his
one story with Dino. Like I think after a game in pre-season, I think we lost Maidenhead 1-0 at home, away in the pre-season game. After the game, like gone on the pitch, he's like team talk, still out there, still talking. And then we start doing like core sessions on the middle of the pitch. Just played a pre-season game. His thing like every day after training, like you make you hold a core, like because he was like full on like fitness.
Yeah.
So hold a core as long as you can. That was his,
what,
his challenge.
Like
so, like, all in a circle.
Yep.
Everyone like hold your core, and like lads are like when he's not looking like fucking drop your knees. Like I can hold it for about a couple of minutes. Like lads were going for like 10, 15, like ages. So I'm like you keep going until like the last one's finished. So even if you have to get back up and hold it. So we went Maidenhead away, and he's like right course like because he's fuming. He's like right fucking Dan, do your core. Stadium lights are going off. We're fucking in the middle of the circle, fucking holding core.
No way.
Thinking, Dino, fucking do
Tell
one.
the busy lads who are still doing
But
it
he's
to drop.
spewing like obviously he's
Should have had a
raging.
meeting going. Anyone goes over 2 minutes, you get filled in.
Obviously, like but that seems like young lads. They don't.
Yeah.
They want to impress, don't they? So like fucking holding this flipping core every day after training. I was like, Dino, come on, mate. But that was his thing. Like he just wanted like he believed in like core muscles was the route to everything. So my core was looking
10,
good.
yeah. 10 games, you were bottom at league.
Wasn't quite working.
Six pack,
You had to get the balls out, please.
Yeah. So he was, but he wasn't that. I'd say he wasn't that bad. But say the otherwise of he just say he was just very fitness, which is tough.
And you had a couple of years there then, didn't you, all together?
At Stevenage,
Yeah.
I was going to
Did
say,
you not?
get yourself out of there straight away.
Yeah. So we had Mark Sampson in between. I think Mark was brilliant. I really liked Mark, but he lost his job not long after. I don't know if Alex Ravel took it for a couple of games, which is he's still there now.
Yeah.
And then Graham Westley come back. I was like, oh no. So I've heard all about Graham. I was like, yeah, right, okay. So I think I'm still living in Coventry. And then that was like 9 to 5 every day, and I was like getting home at like 8, 9 o'clock.
That's 6 till 8 then, isn't it?
Leaving the house ridiculously even earlier than I was before, and he'd rocking in his Bentley to like have meetings and like we weren't training till like
He had a Bentley.
well, yeah, I think it was a Bentley. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
He'd done well. He was well off, like,
Yeah.
but football wise, it was.
Pays
Yeah.
well, Stevenage manager, doesn't it?
I think he had his business. So like, I think that's how he got into like say before management.
Yeah.
He was.
That's why he was training at 11. He had like business meetings.
He did,
in the
yeah.
morning.
Yeah, he had all his business first. So he'd rock in, say, like 10, 11 o'clock. Right, lads, we'll have a meeting in 10 minutes. I've been here since, like, obviously I'd missed the traffic. I'd be in the training on, like, 8:30, 8 o'clock. He would then rock in a bit later. Meetings, train after lunch or something.
You can imagine all the
Gym
lads now,
sessions
though.
are like 4. I'm like, gym sessions at 4 o'clock. I'm like, obviously looking at the map, like, right, how's the traffic? 4 o'clock, you can imagine what it's like going back to Coventry on that M1. It was
Oh my God.
carnage.
You can imagine the lads they've been in since now, and they're like, "Where the fuck is he?" But they can't actually fully say.
And
Can't
then rocks up in his Bentley.
But
and
that's
like,
with Stevenage's training ground as well. Like the lads at the park at the bottom, and he'd like drive up, and you just see him driving up, and you're like, "Oh, he's it, yeah." And then it like wouldn't like thinking like we're going to go out and train. It was like right, we'll have a meeting in like half an hour, and it was like why? And his meetings like were just like the most
pointless.
He like his team talks before a game. He was just like right. Draw up like it's like 4 circle, like 4 triangle, like whatever it is. Be like, just like going about like a film he's watched last night or a book. I'm like, we're playing a game. And I'm like I've always been like pre-ab, like I'm like need to get myself ready for a match. He'd be like just talking about this thing for like 45 minutes and go right in 5. What have you been out in 5? Like
Out in 5 minutes.
5 minutes. And he just blabbered on about like a book or a film he's just watched or like read, and it's like no relevance to the match whatsoever.
What?
But his thing was just like philosophy, like psychology of like, he was big on psychology. And it was like, if he can get you in like a place of like state of mind to go and play,
Then you're ready.
that you're ready.
Don't need a warm up.
Don't need to be knowing what they're doing or tactics wise. It was like, if you're in a mental space of ready to go and play a football match,
Let's do
crack
it.
on. So he was very much of like say you might want to go and roar in the tunnel and all this sort of shite. I'm like, fucking hellfire.
Oh, really? You had to roar in the tunnel.
That's why he would like. Not getting me roaring in a tunnel, like, but he would want you to roar in a tunnel. He would,
Really?
like, that's how he'd be like, want you to go out there and be like stand in the tunnel, like on your toes and like learn everyone and be like, roar. I'm like, not me, that Graham.
Sorry, Gaffer.
Not quite that. I've gone from like working with like Tony Mowbray, Mark Robbins, who like say like football, like giving you all this information. I've got listened to a film about what Graham Westley's watched the night before. It just blows your mind. Like, and he was an odd cat. Like, but yeah, I didn't. I said then that was one of them for me. It was get myself out. Like, this isn't going to work.
So January. Was it January then you went
this is
back
January.
to Forest Green?
Yeah, so January come around and I went Forest Green last day of the window.
Right.
So I'm trying to get out and he was like, nah, look, I've changed. Like, I want you to be part of it.
I've changed.
I'm not like,
I'm not
what you've heard. Like, just see what it is. And like,
Gaffer, I've seen it. I've seen it every day.
Even in one day, like, I've seen it.
Yeah.
But I quite, like, in a way, I sort of quite enjoyed it because I was like, this is quite funny. Like, because every day was like something funny would happen.
Would
like,
it?
It would be a boring day. Even though I'm there like 9 to 5, which is quite like extreme for football.
Yeah.
Something funny, like it'd always be like something funny would happen. Like you'd do something bonkers. Like even one day in like the gym, like when I had a gym session, let's say at 4 o'clock. Obviously, I'm like, by this point, I'm probably a few sessions down. I'm like, I know it's coming 4 o'clock gym session, so I'm like, I can't ever do it. Hold a plate above your head, like. And like, obviously, there's only so many plates you can. There's not enough plates in the gym, so lads were just holding nothing. And he's like walking around the gym, and he's like, lads, right, we are Stevenage. Walking around like just in the gym, like probably outside of this room, just walking around like with his. So some lads I haven't got a plate, like
Just a pretend plate.
There's not enough like weights. There's not enough weights in the room, so he's just like walking around with his like holding this plate above your head, like because it's like strength wise or whatever. Like same again, psychology of like holding this plate, like strong. And he's like, right, lads, we are Stevenage. And like,
why not lads have to shout, we are Stevenage?
I was thinking, what is... But I just found it, if I was thinking, this is just crackers. Like,
I actually wouldn't find that funny if I had to get home 3 hours away.
I'm ringing the missus like, love, I'm just on the end, just get on the motorway now. Like 5 o'clock at night. Like, yeah, back on the road.
Long days, them aren't
Get
But I
yourself
say I was
out.
with the cycle with Danny Newton, and he's still playing now. He was a top lad, loved him. So we and him just driving down the motorway back and forth, just
laughing.
laughing. You had to, because
Yeah.
that's saying if you didn't, you then just it become like it come too tough. Like you just lose your head. But I knew I was all the whole time of January. I'm obviously trying to get out, but then I couldn't. Like they wouldn't let. I just signed a 2-year contract. They're not going to let you go for nothing. So I was then trying to get out, and then eventually last day of the window, Forest Green come back in and took me last day of the window.
They'd gone up by then.
They were in League, yeah,
In
they were
League 2 then, yeah. So you got back there on a permanent. It's only a short spell though.
Yeah, so I signed to the end of the season because it was one of them. I was like, I wanted to get out desperately, but they're like, we can get like this is like
We can
last
only
day of
offer
the
you
window.
short-term deal to the season,
We've
yeah.
only got this left. Like I can only give you this. Like to the end of the season, I was like, just get me out. Like I don't really. It's not really
Anything.
like I don't care. It's like I'm obviously leaving a year and a half. Still at Stevenage to take
Yeah.
a 6 months contract, but I was like,
Just need to get out.
I need to get out here. I need to like just go and enjoy myself again because I was in a state of where, yeah, I was trying to enjoy myself, but like mentally wise as well, like driving back and forth, being away from my family, I was like, I'm not enjoying this, and it was tough.
Yeah. So you've had a short spell at Forest Green, and then you made the decision to literally cannot go further away from each other.
Yeah.
So from Forest Green to Kilmarnock.
To Kilmarnock, yeah, and it was as I signed it as well. I was in Cornwall, so I couldn't have been any more further away. I went on a family holiday to Cornwall.
Opposite ends of the country.
Yeah, that was one of them. I got to
Different country, you dick.
No, not if you're saying Great Britain.
Right.
Great Britain.
Right. Yeah. Gone abroad.
Yeah, gone abroad. Yeah. So that I think I was nearly turning 30. I ran that sort of age, and I was like, I've done that sort of League One, League Two. I wasn't going to go and play any. I wasn't going to move to the Championship, was I? So I thought I experienced it. I was like, I want to experience something different. My agent mentioned it, and I was like,
Scottish Prem at the time.
no, Championship. Got relegated. So it was again another like, what's that? Scottish Championship. I didn't even like, what's that like?
Yeah.
I was like, right, but then it was like Kilmarnock, proper like good football
Good
club.
club, yeah.
But even then, I was like, I wanted to go and experience something different. That's probably why I took the challenge. I was like, yeah. And obviously, wife's not too keen. Like,
She moved up with you and
so
stuff.
we were down in Cornwall when it felt like the first conversations happening, and you find it's actually happening. I was on a
Cornwall, lovely beaches, sun,
Yeah.
English Riviera. Where we're going, love? Kilmarnock.
yeah. It was one of them like, say, I was sat there. I think it was just, probably by the beach having a few drinks, and as you're doing, you got to tell the missus where you go in the next move. It was like, so what's your agent saying? Just agreed to go to Kilmarnock, love. She's like, Kilmarnock?
There must be a nice area around there. We'll find something.
So then so I've had to start trying to sell her to move to Scotland. But
Did you enjoy it?
Loved it.
Did you?
I'd actually never been to Scotland before.
Nope.
So that was my first experience of Scotland, going up there, even like living wise or whatever. But loved it.
Good stadium, good fans in
Proper,
there.
yeah. Proper football people, Scottish people.
Yeah.
Like, diehard, loved their footy. And then I lived in the town, so it was everyone supported Kilmarnock. It was no like in England, like when you like say team, like people like in Manchester, like
everyone recognised you as well in town. If you
full on, yeah. It was. So I was captain, so I was
right.
Loved it, absolutely loved it. And I said place wise, I couldn't have. I love golf as well, so
couldn't have perfect, yeah.
Couldn't have walked into a better place. I had Troon down the road, I had Turnberry,
nice.
And it was golf hotbed. Like I think every field was a fucking golf course.
Yeah, while we're on golf, we are starting our own golf channel, by the way.
Are we?
Yeah, Stokes is our first guest on there. You just need a partner now.
Find a partner? No problem.
Are we really?
Yeah, we're having it.
Buzzing.
Yeah. Spoke with Corey before, didn't we?
Go on, shit, Tash.
Shit, Tash. He's filming it.
You could be a caddy.
Yeah, so I've got 2 kids and I'm playing up in Scotland and playing golf every day after training.
Did they come and join you?
Yeah, moved up. Yeah, we all
Did
went.
they?
Yeah, Mrs. Kids went, so we all went. And it was Mrs. again. She wasn't too keen, but when we got there, bought a house off plan without even seeing it. Like what you say about being sensible, that probably wasn't very sensible. Because I had to live up there somewhere and looked at like the renting wise, and it was like extortionate. And I was like, hold on a second here. Probably didn't think this through. But I obviously got 2 kids. I need somewhere to live.
Yeah.
Just the lady took me FaceTime took me around the house and was like, I'm still down in Cornwall. Bought a house up in Scotland.
You're doing the FaceTime.
Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah.
Don't show him outside.
Don't show him the streets. So yeah, that was a bit of a mad one, like say doing that wise. But I just didn't. I just took the risk.
You got to have a goal sometimes, don't you?
And it was like, if it goes wrong, it goes wrong. But loved it up there. Yeah, great club. And I had a good manager as well. Say it was Tommy Wright initially when I went up there, but he lost his job. But Tommy Wright was good, and then Derek McGuinness.
Right. And how did you do season wise?
First one, we got promoted, so that was what I got bought in for. So moved up there for, get promoted back into the Premiership. Again, like I did in Coventry, we struggled because it's not as always teams think it's you come back. Fans obviously think go back down, come back up. Scottish Championship was tough.
Yeah,
like I go into there was teams I never like Morton. That was tough work. Like that was real. We had Arbroath. You wouldn't have never heard of Arbroath. Top end of Scotland near Edinburgh. There was right by the sea. Wind I've never experienced in my life.
Really?
And I was like, I've been obviously played like National League, but
there's a lot of 4G pitches in the Champ.
Ours was 4G.
Was yours 4G? Kilmarnock, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I didn't even know we were 4G.
I was going to say, did you know that before you'd signed?
There's me and my 18-year-old in ACL going up to playing on a 4G pitch. I was no. And it was like concrete. It wasn't like a
Was it a shit one as well?
It was like one that had been laid for like a few years, and it was.
Was it?
Yeah, it's still got it now, and I think it's going this year.
It's like you, Jordan. You've not been laid for a few years.
But it was ready to go, and it was not a nice pitch. Like it's for a home pitch, but everyone. The thing is, we didn't like it, but everyone else hated it even more.
Yeah.
So even though we didn't like playing on it, teams would turn up and be like, you could just see them, like, especially like Celtic and Rangers, be like. That's this one today.
Straight away, though, you got that advantage. Imagine Celtic and Rangers when playing on 4G.
They hated it.
Mad.
But it was like that was the thing of like you always had that one up on them, and our home record was unbelievable, especially the first year. Like in the Premiership, I think we didn't win away from home till near the end of the season, but every home game we
Did you stay up?
Stayed up. I think one before the end.
Brilliant. So 2 years promotion kept him in the Prem, and then you've come back down to like Morecambe Barrow. Yeah,
then it was like, so that was family wise. My boy was just starting school.
Yeah.
So it was like, right, I'll be staying in Scotland and this is us. Because once your kids go into school and stuff like that, you're sort of not really moving.
It's an easy decision, isn't it?
It was like, right. And my wife's from this area. She's from Manchester area. And it was like, we've always moved around. And
what's the name?
Shit, you just met him.
I'm only kidding.
So we moved around. I'd say I've dragged her around here. I've dragged her up to Scotland, for God's sake.
Yeah,
I dragged
yeah.
her here, there, and everywhere. And I said to her, like, right, come towards the end. We just get settled and
We'll find a nice place.
yeah.
Barrow.
Morecambe first.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Morecambe first. Oh, Derek Adams. I see Derek Adams as well. He was another one. He was a funny cat, but like good.
It was at Morecambe for ages, weren't it?
Yeah,
I think has he been back and forth?
he's back there now. Yeah,
yeah,
so he's
back
still there now. Yeah,
Thought
and he
so.
left when I was there. At the time, it was at Ross County, but he was again another one. Real hard work, discipline, like nailed on. But then to fair to him, his tactics he's quite tactical wise as well. He's just very simple, very
Yeah.
basic football. Just get it forward and we play from there.
Worked though, didn't it?
Works. It's that's what you see. I can't really knock him because it works. Nothing pretty like, not great on the eye, but it works. And so it's kept him in the relegation battle now, but
Yeah.
he's always kept him up, and so he got him into promoted from League Two into League One with probably the lowest budget team ever teams in League Two.
Yeah, probably.
And he's got them promoted, so you can't knock him what he does. Especially, I think his Morecambe record's probably his best with it.
Yeah, because they're
It's been- I
struggling.
think-
They're struggling again this year, aren't they?
Yeah,
But they,
yeah. I think they're down there, right down there now. But
Yeah.
if you've probably got a manager who wants, if you look at the managers down, let's say Carlisle, Voss, their manager, Tranmere right in the mix of it, and if you want a manager that's going to get you out of it, probably be Derek Adams. But it'd be interesting to see if they can actually do it. They say it's going to be a tough task for him.
yeah, well, how did you find Morecambe? Good.
Good, yeah. Family little club, lovely little club.
Yeah.
Just great little environment. Love, like I say, enjoyed my time there. But it was only a year, so I played a few games. Yeah, all right, sort of. We actually did all right. Start of the season.
Did you only sign a year?
Signed a year, yeah. It was just to get back down the road.
Just to
It
get
was-
back, yeah.
It was more right northwest. I was like proximity of like there's a lot of clubs around this area, but how close?
And
can
did
I-
you choose this area because your missus?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you didn't fancy going right back down south again.
Wasn't going from saying to her like, yeah, we're going back down to say Barnet or something. No,
Yeah.
probably wouldn't have sold well with her. That probably wouldn't have gone down too well. Yeah, so this was more of like a location than football career.
Yeah.
Like say I was getting older and it was family had to get settled, but I still wanted to play for a reasonable. I said I don't want to sign for nothing. Like playing like a level I didn't want to play at or something. So Morecambe worked out football wise and sort of family wise.
And then obviously Barrow, training Manchester.
Again,
so that's ideal for you as
again,
well.
another
Then,
one,
isn't it?
yeah. Again, same again. It was
Are they still at FC?
still at FC, yeah. That was
That Astra.
Is that why they train?
That AstroTurf.
that,
Wow.
that's Kilmarnock was bad, and I went to see it. The lads were like, "Oh, I've not had to. I could have played at Kilmarnock, it'd be fine." Ooh,
Is it bad? Is it that bad?
it is rotten, yeah.
If you
it?
play FC, you have to warm up on the Astro.
Yeah, it's like one of them. It's like not level, and it's like it's
Potholes
All,
and
it's
stuff.
all over the gaff, yeah.
Yeah. It's a stinker, that one. It needs laying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're probably better train on like say the car park. But see, it's
Really?
mad. Like say a football league club are training on that. I don't know, but say Barrow, I think I've been known for travelling around and training, and trying to get places to train because say.
And Barrow, it's
How can you
it's-
recruit in Barrow? Like you're not going to get players to go
No,
up there. So,
it's miles as well. It's miles from anywhere. It's
Yeah.
Barrow, isn't it?
you either pump a load of money into it and get lads to train in Barrow, or they do what they're doing and get lads to.
Yeah, they're doing all right, aren't they?
Yeah, I think let's say they're down there a little bit, but
I think they dropped off a bit because I think last season they were up there, weren't they?
yeah,
They
I think
were
they had
pushing
2 years
for
of being
promotion.
near the playoffs.
Yeah.
And even then, when I was the start of the season, we were doing really well. We were top of the league at one point, and it just went. Phew. We had the Chelsea game where we got tonked, and then it just went phew. Straight off a cliff.
What were you saying
Yeah.
there? 6-0, is it?
I think it was 6, yeah, 5 or 6, one of the two.
I thought you did all right that game. It weren't. They're good, aren't they?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing. Yeah.
They're different level.
Even though it was their B team, but even
Yeah,
their B
it
team
was
wasn't
like,
really a B team now.
Yeah. They're still
Joe
top
Felix.
players.
Felix, yeah.
Felix-
He's in the B team.
Yeah.
Yeah, sound.
He's just gone signed for AC
Milan,
Milan,
yeah.
hasn't he? Yeah, not bad. Not a bad B-side.
No, it wasn't a bad. And when you see it on the line, it was like, that's not really a B team, that.
Yeah. So out of your career there, have you got a standout moment?
You always go back to me like promotions, don't you? Like, say that's probably the playing at Wembley, getting promoted. Even probably my first game at Coventry, going from where I come from,
Yeah.
to always want, like, say, you want to be at the highest level you can be, and then I thought I might not be able to get the opportunity to then go back into where I've been at Bolton to get like a good level, and I was like, to get the opportunity at Coventry, playing in front of thousands of people. Like,
Yeah.
Coventry's a proper football club.
debut against Sheffield United as well. It's
That
not
little
bad,
thing,
is it?
yeah, and that's probably the most enjoyment time of my career was at Coventry. I love my time there.
Yeah.
And that was probably the one where
And you've got some
really
great honours there.
Yeah, you've done well, mate. Very well.
Really
yeah. So
good.
I've had a few promotions and say going to Kilmarnock again, getting promoted.
Yeah.
I think you look back at promotions more than anything. I say probably when I finish as well, I look back and think done all right.
Done really well. And then you come full circle. Now you're at
Fylde, yeah.
Fylde.
Yeah.
Back in the National League
Back in the National League, yeah.
with Nick Horton.
Yeah. He's a little magician, isn't he?
Good, isn't he? Little shit.
Yeah, he's one of them who just gets the ball and you're thinking, not going to shoot. Yeah, he shot. Yeah, let's go.
He's got in.
He texted me the other day saying, that fucking video you've put on of me saying I run backwards in pre-season, it's got 120,000 views. He was raging.
How's that?
Yeah. Well,
I've not seen him sprint yet.
You won't do?
No.
Yeah.
you don't need to.
No, I don't need to, no.
So are you enjoying it there?
Yeah, I really enjoy it, yeah. Yeah, it's the same again, it's near where I live and say football-wise, it fits the bill, so
Yeah.
that's what it ticks both boxes for me now.
Great setup as well.
Yeah,
Great
it's
setup.
So I've never been there. So when I drove up there to like meet the manager and stuff, driving, I was like, it's not really national. What I remember this, like
Your manager, Kev Phillips.
Kev Phillips, yeah. So like,
See, like what a fucking.
so when I'm going in, like, I
manager
don't really
is.
feel like I'm going into like National League when I'm like meeting. Say you've got the stadium and training
No,
facilities.
it's
and Kevin Phillips is the manager. I'm like,
a full-on league club, innit?
This is all right. This like
Yeah.
it's not really what I remember of the National League like,
Yeah.
a few years ago, where there was some real bad grounds to go. Say when we were
Yeah.
like the Histon and stuff like that, like proper like. Oof, I think
Have you met,
Hyde was another one.
yeah.
Hyde
Craig
was National
Dootson yet?
He's not there now.
Yeah, he's gone back.
Has he?
Gone back.
You'll see him. He's got a massive head. You'll
Moonhead.
see him.
League. Can't miss him then.
You still
Mate of
pay for
mine,
your
yeah, I'm
dinners?
sure you will.
You still pay for your dinners down at Astro?
No dinners.
Is it not?
Yeah, that's a bit of an interesting one. That was when I first. So I didn't get told that when I signed. So I've gone up there.
What, you have to take your own lunch?
First day, like
What does
lunchtime.
Nick do? I must cost him a bit, that.
A few pasties.
You go
15 quid in Greggs every day.
No,
For the chicken wraps?
No, I've not been there yet. I've heard about that, though.
You need to get there. Belters them.
That's what you can do when you sub. Just check out all the food joints.
They signed me, and on the Friday, it was down at the college. It was fish and chips, so I had that for my dinner.
Nice.
Bentley was looking at me like, "What the fuck's going on here?" It's like, it's Chippy Friday. What's up with you?
Chippy tea.
Yeah, so first day of training, I say the lads are like, right, we're going for lunch. Lunch? Oh, you bring your own, mate. I'm like, oh my God, decent. So I'm like, right, well, there's a Greggs down the road, like,
Packed lunch.
bring your own lunch, yeah. Or Aldi, yeah. So just no.
We had a lad called Berkey who used to get caught nicking hot drinks out of the fridge from the finger. Yeah, we'd all line up and he'd just be sneaking like fruit shoots down there, just fucking getting them in. And then he's like, "We caught you on camera." He was like, "I'm not that arsed."
So what's your plans then? How long are you gonna keep playing for?
As long as I can. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not one of them. Like I've always been told now with older lads that your body will tell you when you're ready to go, and I think that's how I feel. I
You
think.
still feel strong? Fit?
Well, I say that I did my hamstring 2 weeks
Yeah.
ago.
Oh, have you?
Yeah,
That's why.
How long you out
That's why
for?
he got cancelled.
5-6 weeks.
Oh yeah, you did. You come off it, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I say again. Another eye opener for me. Like I say, when you drop down the leagues, we had to travel on the day to Southend. Not done
Friggin' hell!
Not done that before.
No,
So-
I don't. So
How long's that?
They travelled on the day and stayed over the Saturday night.
Yeah, so
Makes no
it's
sense.
Tuesday night. So it's a Tuesday game.
Oh,
So-
was it?
Yeah, so
Right.
we travelled on Tuesday morning. Left
Oh,
at like
right, okay.
our pickup was like something ridiculous in the morning. I'm like, that's right, okay, just whatever, do it. Got down there 5-6 hours later. I'm like, right, back's creaking a little bit. I say I'm nearly 34, so I'm like,
Yeah.
gonna be feeling this. I got on with it, stretched it off, limbered up, what best I could. 20 minutes in, hamstring, bing. So that was, yeah.
And then stayed over that night.
Then we stayed over that night. I'm like, what was the point in that? Didn't see the like. There's no objective in that, is there really? Like,
No.
you're thinking to stay over the night before.
Stay down Monday. Then you're up nice
know.
and early, chill all day.
You have a few beers on the Tuesday.
Yeah, I've got to say, my head was sort of in the frame. Like, I was
Yeah.
just head loss. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Pissed off really because it is probably the
just
journey.
signed.
Isn't
Like,
it?
I've just signed. I'm like, want to make a good
Yeah.
first impression, and then 2 games in, hamstring's gone, and it's not great. Not
Fucking weak that Stokes. Isn't it? Weak.
yeah, well,
Weak. And now look at him. He's on the beers.
yeah, we can't even play him.
Yeah.
It's in the local pub. But yeah, it's tough. Like, but say I just got to knuckle down now and get myself fit as quick as I can because they were in a bit of a battle at the bottom. So
Yeah.
a good result last night though, which is good.
Yeah,
So
I've seen that.
got a good result, so fingers crossed we keep them going.
Class. Well, good luck for the rest of your career, mate. It's
Yeah,
been a
felt
pleasure
that.
speaking to you.
I knew you
Top
was
man.
a footballer from 14.
There you
You look
go.
like a footballer.
Yeah, you still don't like a footballer. Mate, well done, Chris Stokes.
Thank you.
Cheers, pal.